applause for Joe Breed and his staff and the grounds crew out here at the complex. What a great job they've done considering the amount of rain we've had in the area in the last couple of days. This field looks like it's in immaculate shape. Thanks very much, guys. Jordan Castaldo joined the Baycats organization in early 2013, coming over from the Toronto Maple Leafs in an historic trade. During his short 7-year career in Barrie, what he has accomplished on an individual level and a team level is truly phenomenal. Here is a list of his accomplishments while a member of the Baycats. Jordan is a 9-time IBL All-Star, 6 times as a Baycat. In February of 2018, he was voted to the IBL Top 100 Players of All Time list. 2014, he was the IBL MVP and batting championship with an average of .414. 2015 saw Jordan win the IBL playoff MVP. 2018, Jordan was the IBL batting champion with an average of .403. 2019 saw Jordan win the IBL MVP and batting champion with an average of .453. During the 2019 season, it was one to be remembered. Batting .453 with 15 home runs, 47 RBIs. Jordan led the league in all 3 categories, capturing the Triple Crown, signifying this outstanding feat. This has only been done 5 times by 4 players in the 102-year history of the IBL. He is a 6-time IBL champion with the Baycats. Here to present Jordan with his 2019 IBL championship ring, please welcome Baycats President David Mills. Fans, would you please direct your attention to the video board in right field for a tribute to Jordan.
It's honest to God, it's meant so much to me personally, just because you know, you weren't just playing baseball. You weren't just part of a team, you were part of a family. The fans, the volunteers, thank you for everything you've done for the past 7 years. Okay, we've got a ball game to play tonight apparently, so let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, welcome to Coach Stadium for season number 20 of Barrie Baycats Baseball. Tonight's Inter-County Baseball League game features visiting Toronto Maple Leafs and your 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019 IBL champion Barrie Baycats. Here are the starting lineups. First for the Toronto Maple Leafs, managed by Damon Toppoli. Leading up to first base is number 5, Jordan Castaldo. Batting second, the left fielder number 9, Justin Mara. Batting third, the designated hitter number 33, Sean Riley. Batting fourth, the right fielder number 3, Garrett Takamatsu. Batting fifth, the center fielder number 24, Marcus Connect. Batting sixth, the third base number 17, John Salazzo. Batting sixth, the shortstop number 6, Dan Mara. Batting eighth and catching number 1, Brady Chernokowinick. And batting ninth and second base and number 10, Grant Tomaney. Pitching for the Maple Leafs tonight, number 23, Sebastian Kahn. Another starting lineup for your Barrie Baycats, managed by Josh Matlow. Leading up to center fielder number 15, Jake Wilson. Batting second in right field, number 14, David LeBlanc. Batting third in left field, number 95, Noel McGarry Doyle. Batting fourth to first base with number 27, Ryan Rio. Batting fifth to third base, number 13, Marcel Lacasse. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 42, Jeff Cowan. Batting seventh and catching, number 26, Jake McDonald. Batting eighth at shortstop, number 3, Carson Burns. And batting ninth to second base, number 8, Frank Infante.
Pitching for your Baycats tonight, number 50, Marshall Leishman. Here are the umpires for tonight's game calling the balls and strikes. Mr. Adam DeCare. At first base, Mr. Chubba Bay, and at third base, Mr. Scott Costello. Fans, would you please rise, kindly remove your caps for our national anthem.
A very happy good evening and welcome to Coast Stadium in Springwater for the second of 5 regular season matchups between the 5-4 Toronto Maple Leafs and the 3-4 Barrie Baycats. I'm Ben Davy along with Ryan Eakin up here in the broadcast booth. And Ryan, it's no secret, the Baycats offense has been sputtering this week. Pretty amazing that the team can go from scoring 20 runs against these very Maple Leafs a week ago to managing just 5 runs in their last 3 games. And that was really highlighted here on Tuesday night when they could manage just 3 hits here against the Kitchener Panthers.
No excuses tonight, Ben. Ryan Rio, the Baycats' big slugger, back in the lineup after missing the last 3 games. 2 in London in the doubleheader and 2 tonight against the Panthers. He has an opportunity to come back tonight, face his former OBJ teammate in Sebastian Kahn, the Maple Leaf starting pitcher.
A very nice pregame ceremony honoring Jordan Castaldo, and he will lead off tonight for the Maple Leafs at first base. Justin Morrow, the left fielder, bats second. Sean Riley, the slugging designated hitter, bats third. The cleanup man is Garrett Takamatsu. We'll talk more about him a little later on through the night, but he's having a hot year. Center fielder Marcus Connect bats fifth. Jonathan Salazzo, the third baseman, bats sixth. And then the bottom third of the order for Damon Topley is Dan Mara, Brady Siakanauki, and Grant Chamain for the Barrie Baycat, or for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Facing Barrie Baycat, Marshall Leishman, and he looked really solid here. Our last broadcast on Thursday night, Ryan.
Absolutely. Coming in for relief for Hunter Campese, the Baycat starting pitcher. Leishman had great pace, great life on his fastball, nice secondary pitchers. Leishman, a small guy, this is a big opportunity for him, going up against a lot of tough Maple Leaf batters, but all left-handed batters. Even take a look at Jordan Castaldo and Justin Morrow. Lots of lefties in the Maple Leafs lineup. Might work to his advantage.
You got the first for the Maple Leafs, the first baseman, number 5, Jordan Castaldo.
Castaldo steps in, Marshall Leishman swipes the rubber, and we are just about ready to get started here. A beautiful sunny sky here in Springwater tonight after a considerable amount of rain this morning. I've gotten the field in what looks to be pretty good shape, and here's the first offering of the night. It's a called strike with a fastball, and we are underway at 7:42. As mentioned, a gorgeous sky. We're expecting a little bit of cloud cover as the evening unfolds, but the chance of rain low this evening, according to Environment Canada. Leishman misses on the second offering. Count even now, 1 ball and 1 strike.
In his 7 years with the Baycats, Castaldo was a staple in the Baycat 3 spot. Now back-to-back nights in the Maple Leafs leadoff spot. Should be interesting to see how he does.
Pitch misses inside, and it's 2-1. 7 seasons in Barrie, as mentioned, so the fans here know him well, as do a handful of teammates that are still on this Baycat club from that 2019 championship year. Came over from the Maple Leafs in 2013 and then back to the Maple Leafs here in 2021.
It's the greatest trade in IBL history that brought Castaldo to the Baycats, and in what's going to be his last season in the IBL, he has decided to return back to where he began his IBL career.
3-1 is a called strike, and the count is now full. Had just an incredible season here for the Baycats in 2019. 15 home runs, 47 RBI, and a .453 average in his final season here as a Baycat. That championship ring, well deserved. And now time is called, so we'll do a 3-2 pitch again here.
No question the greatest single season by a Baycat batter in franchise history.
3-2 is blown away, and it's a base on balls for Jordan Castaldo to lead off the top of the first inning.
Does that a lot. Not a guy that's going to strike out a lot. He walks more than he hits. Strikes out, excuse me. A lot like Jose Bautista back in his prime in that sense.
Justin Mara, the left fielder, comes to the plate now for the Maple Leafs. So Leishman will work from the stretch here with a runner on. Ryan Rio back in the lineup tonight, holding on the runner at first base. First offering is in for a strike, 0-1. Mara with a .258 average coming into action tonight. Leishman looks at the runner, winds, 0-1 pitch. Is in there for strike 2.
If Leishman is going to be successful tonight, he has to throw strikes. You can't walk guys. You saw what happened last week in the Pitts Bend. You were at that game. It wasn't the long ball that got the Maple Leafs back into that ball game. It was the Baycats unable to be throwing multiple strikes, and Leishman has to be throwing strikes tonight.
That one hit high in the air to right field. David LeBlanc, in his second game with the Baycats, comes over. A couple steps to his right, makes the catch in right center field, and there's one away. Well, the home run's usually a factor at Dominico Field at Christie Pitts, no question about that with the short fences. But you're right, the long ball, I mean, there were a couple of them in that game, but it was the walks and the base runners that really added on both sides, more so than just a home run fest.
Speaking of home runs, up comes the IBL home run king, 202 home runs in the IBL, Sean Riley.
First offering from Leishman. Gets the outside corner, strike 1. Baycats looking to snap a 4-game losing skid. 3-5 through their first 8 games here under incoming manager Josh Matlow. On the ground to third. It's gloved by Lacasse. Goes to second for the out there. Over to first for the double play. Marshall Leishman gets the ground ball, and the Baycats come off the field in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, and no one left on through a half an inning. Coach Stadium in Springwater. The first inning brought to you by the Cage Barrie, Barrie's only indoor public batting cage. And for the Baycats leading it off, it's center fielder Jake Wilson. David LeBlanc batting second in right field. Noel McGarry Doyle in left bats third. Ryan Rio at cleanup. Marcel Lacasse in the 5 spot. Jeff Cowan, the veteran DH, bats 6. Jake McDonald, Carson Burns, and Brantfie Infante round out the Baycat order tonight for Baycats manager Josh Matlow. And what a start to the year Jake Wilson is having. Was hitless, however, here on Tuesday night against Kitchener. The Baycats managed just 3 hits in that game, as we mentioned, and certainly want to remedy that here tonight against a Toronto Maple Leaf lineup that's loaded with some pretty good offense. Hits that one to center field, but that's a can of corn from Marcus Connect, and there's one down here in the first.
Right fielder number 14, David LeBlanc.
Baycats at 3-5 with wins over Hamilton, Brantford, and Toronto. That slugfest we mentioned at Christie Pitts last week. They've also lost twice to Hamilton and have beaten by London twice. Both of those losses in that doubleheader on Sunday, and they lost to Kitchener here on Tuesday. A season opening loss, 3 straight wins, and now 4 straight losses for the Baycats to make up that 3-5 record.
It's been quite some time. I've been covering the team since 2013, yet to cover a 5-game losing streak. Let's see if they can snap out of it tonight.
2-0 pitch. Misses away, and it's 3-0 now to David LeBlanc, the right fielder.
Come on, David.
LeBlanc, one of 3 Baycats who did get a hit here on Thursday night. And Sebastian Kahn gets the outside part of the plate for a strike on that one. It's his IBL debut here this evening.
That hit by LeBlanc didn't leave the infield, even though he beat out a ball to the shortstop. So only 2 hits in the outfield that night.
Yeah, the bats were quiet, and they have been so far this week. Toronto with their 5-4 record through 9 games. That one is fouled away, and the count is still full at 3-2. Leafs have a couple of wins over Welland. They've also beaten Hamilton, London, and Kitchener last night. We'll tell you more about that later. They have losses to London, Hamilton, Barrie, and Welland. Payoff pitch is high, and it's a base on balls for David LeBlanc. The Baycats get their first base runner of the night.
Left fielder number 95, Noel McGarry Doyle.
Noel McGarry Doyle brings his .387 average to the plate. Left-hander in his first season here with the Baycats. Kahn's first pitch, high and away.
LeBlanc, absolute threat to run at at first base. No question. And that's what the Baycats like to have, is a guy like LeBlanc on the bases for now the middle of the order coming up for the Baycats.
Almost looked like a quasi pitch out on that last one. This is a roller to second. Should be 2. They go to short for 1. Nope. Unable to get the throw away is shortstop Dan Mara. So the inning will continue for Ryan Rio.
First baseman number 27, Ryan Rio.
So Tamain to Mara for the force out at second base. 4-6. McGarry Doyle aboard on the fielder's choice, and now Rio gets a chance to keep the inning alive here with 2 out and a runner at first base. Rio and Lacasse at the top of the Baycat stats. This one hit into right field for a base hit under the glove of second baseman Grant Tamain. And McGarry Doyle will take third, so runners at the corners now with 2 out, and the Baycats get their first hit of the night.
And up comes the Baycats' best hitter from a couple nights ago. I thought he had the best approach at the plate in Marcel Lacasse.
They're going to bring him home, and each player is being awarded an extra... Oh, wait a minute. We're going to have to get an explanation on this.
Did a ball perhaps end up in the dugout? Rio's stopping at third base, so I'm not sure if a ball went into the Maple Leafs dugout.
Third baseman number 13, Marcel Lacasse.
Well, McGarry Doyle has scored. Rio given 2 extra bases. And we think perhaps the ball ended up leaving the field at play. We'll try to get some more details on that for you. We don't have the benefit of a monitor with instant replay here, but
now here come the umpires.
As it stands right now, Rio is at third. McGarry Doyle scores the first run of the game, and it's 1-0 Barrie. Umpires tonight, Adam DeCare, Chabavea, and Scott Costello. They will confer, make sure everyone understands the situation, and it's 1 on with 2 out here, and Rio at third base.
No argument from Maple Leafs manager Damian Topley, so whatever happened on that play, clearly in agreement with the umpires.
First pitch is on the ground to second base. Tamain bobbles it. Can't come up with the ball cleanly, and the run will score. Well, it's 2-0 Baycats as the inning continues on an error by second baseman Grant Tamain.
No question the Maple Leafs have the worst defense in the IBL by a country mile, and they're showing it right here in the bottom of the first inning.
42, Jeff Cowan.
Dangerous part of the order here. You got a couple of 400 hitters back to back, Rio Lacasse and then the veteran Jeff Cowan right behind them. First pitch to Cowan is a strike. Cowan the DH tonight. Con comes set. 0-1 pitch on the way. On the ground to second again. Busy inning for Grant Tremaine. Makes the clean play to the shortstop, and that will do it for the Baycats in the bottom of the first inning. But they score a pair and lead 2-0 after 1 inning here at Coates Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV.
Hey, Baycats fans, make some noise! No, we're winning 2-0! Make some noise, Baycats fans! Thank you so much for being at the ballpark tonight. My name is Rob Daniels, your in-game host, and I wanted to let you know what to look forward to tonight. We're going to have some giveaways at the ballpark, included one Throwback Thursday giveaway, which will include a $50 gift card to the Baycats gift shop, shopbaycats.com, and also one free t-shirt to give away as well. That is Throwback Thursday related, and an autographed photo by Ryan Reho himself, and also a social media contest for tickets to any Baycats game this summer, and one t-shirt as well, also an autographed photo of Ryan Reho. Enjoy the game tonight, folks. I'll check back in with you soon. Let's go, Baycats!
Leading up to second for the Maple Leafs, the right fielder number 3, Garrett Takamatsu.
Go to the top of the second here at Coates Stadium as Garrett Takamatsu will step in against Baycat hurler Marshall Leishman. Baycats up 2-0 early on here. And a called strike to Takamatsu, 0-1. Takamatsu, Connect, and Salazzo, 4-5-6 here for the Maple Leafs. 0-1 to the right-hander. Just missed on that one. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Takamatsu, the IBL Rookie of the Year in 2019, the last time the IBL had a season.
1-1 pitch is hit high to right field. David LeBlanc, a couple steps back. He's got it for the out. Four retired early on here for Marshall Leishman.
Marcus Connect.
Here comes Marcus Connect for the Maple Leafs. Just his third game so far, .222 average.
Connect began this season with Virginia. West Virginia in the Atlantic League got cut last week, back in the Maple Leafs lineup on Sunday.
Ahead in the count here, 1-0.
a nice connection in this game to connect the agent of Baycats center fielder Drake Wilson.
That is an unusual connection. 2 balls, no strikes to connect here with Salazzo, the third baseman, on deck. McDonald frames that outside corner pitch and gets the called strike. 2-1 now. That one just misses. A little bit farther off than the previous pitch. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. So some much needed life for the Baycats bats in that bottom of the first inning as they get on top, and a fly ball once again to David LeBlanc. It's his third put out of the ball game, and we're only in the top of the second inning.
3 flyouts, and all 3 flyouts easy pop-ups for LeBlanc in right field.
The third baseman, number 17, John Salazzo.
We do have a little bit of wind, pretty negligible, but just a light breeze really out to left field. Only about 10 or 20 kilometers per hour, nothing more. And here comes Jonathan Salazzo. Salazzo came on in relief in that 20-19 Barrie win at Christie Pitts last week, so he can do it in the field and on the mound. Pitched very effectively as well. 1 ball, 1 strike to him here. Salazzo started the game at short and ended up being moved to the mound as the score started to build. Neither team with much in the way of bullpen help that night. 2-1 is just tied. It's 3 balls and a strike.
Adam Marr, the Maple Leafs southpaw reliever, had a nice outing last week in the pits against the Maple Leafs, but he threw over 50 pitches last night. I don't think he's going to be an option for Damian Topley out of the bullpen tonight.
That one gets through the third baseman, Marcel Lacasse, into left field for a base hit. So second runner aboard tonight for the Maple Leafs and their first hit of the evening.
The shortstop, number 6, Dan Mara.
3 Maras on this Maple Leafs club. You mentioned Adam. Dan at the plate right now. He's the shortstop tonight. And Justin Mara, the left fielder, also in the lineup this evening. Two away, and this one hit in the air to left field. Well, McGarry Doyle comes over, makes the catch. And the Maple Leafs strand a runner in the top of the second. Through an inning and a half. It's 2-0 Baycats. You're watching Baycats TV.
Van, just to recap the Baycats first inning, anybody curious about the scoring? The catcher basically put the ball into its mask, which resulted in a 2-base error to the catcher. Ryan Rio advanced two bases, and a runner scored from third base. So, summarizing the Baycats' first inning, 2 runs on 1 hit with 2 Toronto errors and 1 runner left on base. Inning number 2 is sponsored by Kingdom Bounce. Specializing in kid-friendly inflatable structures, visit them at kingdombounce.com. Kingdom Bounce.
We go to the bottom of the second inning here at Coates Stadium, and it's the Baycats on top 2-0. We have a little more information for you on that scoring play in the bottom of the first inning. So on that hit by Ryan Rio that brought Noel McGarry Doyle home, we're told the situation was that the catcher put the ball inside his mask, and that resulted in a 2-base error, which brought McGarry Doyle home, and Rio was allowed to advance to third on that. So both those runs in that inning are unearned, and Beautiful thing about baseball, Ryan, is that every once in a while you see something you've never seen before.
And we'll never see again, to say the least.
Of course, you say that and then watch it happens on Saturday night.
If not, 7th inning tonight.
I've been watching baseball a long time, and so have you, I know.
Shortstop number 3, Carson Burns.
And I can't say I've ever encountered a situation like that. So a couple runs to help out the Baycat offense, and boy, they sure needed it. This one on the ground to first, dropped, but an underhand toss to the pitcher, and quickly overcovering is Sebastian Kahn. Burns is retired 3-1.
2 quick outs this inning for the Baycats.
Well, Kahn seems to work quick.
The second baseman number 8, Barrie Infante.
Pitching to contact here, certainly so far.
I don't think either pitcher is going to be having a lot of swings and misses tonight. Both pitchers pitching with unbelievable pace.
Kahn seems content to let the Baycats put the ball in play. Not really blowing anybody away here, but he's pitching effectively, and he gets a called strike to Barrie Infante. Well, the cloud cover is really thickened. We had a beautiful sunny sky when we started. How quickly that changed.
And a breeze coming in as well. The lights are on.
Yeah, the wind has picked up. It was pretty much negligible when we began. High fly ball to right field. Takamatsu has a read on it, puts it away, and 3 up, 3 down go the Baycats in the bottom of the second. Through 2, it's Barrie 2, Toronto nothing. You're watching Baycats TV.
For Barrie in the second, no runs and no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. That's the third inning is sponsored by Kurt's Coolers, mobile refrigerated freezer trailer rentals. Kurt's Coolers.
It's a 2-0 lead for the Baycats as we go to the top of the third. Brady Churkownik, the catcher, to lead it off here in the third inning for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
I guess they didn't have a blue helmet for him.
Over the glove of the shortstop Carson Burns and into left field for a base hit. Third base runner for the Maple Leafs tonight on their second hit of the game. Yeah, that white helmet does stand out.
The second baseman number 10, Grant Tomaney.
Oh, you should mention the Baycats wearing the retro unis tonight too. If you're just joining us and might be a little confused, why are the Baycats wearing red? Well, it was a jersey that they wore quite a bit in their early years, and a throwback to the 2005 Championship Club. Of course, the Baycats strictly blue, white with gold trim. But the red, a throwback, and I understand they're going to be wearing these a few times throughout the night throughout the season on Thursdays.
Every Thursday, Throwback Thursday. What a great way to begin too against the Maple Leafs, a team that the Baycats won their first championship against in 2005.
I always liked that old logo with the mascot and the baseball, and then the wave coming in behind the Baycat mascot. Thought that looked kind of cool. Kids always loved that old school cartoon-looking Baycat on the original logo as well.
It's great to see back.
Throw to first, and back head first is Churkownik. Two and one the count. Tremaine hits that one down the line, and it's just foul. So the count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jordan Castaldo, the man of the night on deck, or at least the man of the pregame portion of the night. Baycats
hoping he doesn't.
Reminding him we still have a ball game this evening, but certainly nice to see him honored before the first pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leishman set. Glances at the runner. And he checks on him with a throw.
This is such a big at-bat. You don't want him to get on 2 base runners on for Castaldo, Mara, and Riley. Those guys are absolutely clinical for the Maple Leafs. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, the top of the order can really kill you. And the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
We're out of grievance in the ball boy tonight.
They always find something for him to do, don't they?
Have to.
2-2 pitch, chopped on the ground. Picked up at second. Stepping on the bag is Infante. The throw off balance to first is in time. And the second double play of the game for the Barrie Baycats. 4-3, and it brings Castaldo to the plate, but with 2 out and nobody on. So much different situation here.
Absolutely. Leishman pitching to contact, getting ground balls, soft flyouts. You have to love what you're seeing from Leishman right now.
Anytime you face Castaldo, you want to make sure those bases are clear, and preferably with 2 outs. So a lefty-lefty matchup here. First offering is inside 1-0. Marshall Leishman and Jake McDonald, the battery tonight for Josh Matlow. Oh, he hits this one a ton. Right field, LeBlanc back at the wall, jumps, and it's over his head. A home run for Jordan Castaldo, and the Leafs are on the board.
You know he wanted that one. He's hit a lot of big home runs here at Coates Stadium, and that one's going to be one that he remembers when he reflects back on his legendary IBL career.
Well, it's his second home run of the season. And the Leafs get on the board. It's now a 2-1 ball game. And how about Jordan Castaldo with a big blast to right field. LeBlanc made the leaping attempt. Didn't clear the fence by much, but it got out of here quick.
If you're Leishman, you have to realize Jordan Castaldo's done that to a lot of pitchers in the IBL. You just have to refocus and try to get it out of the inning right now.
Justin Mara flied out to right field in the first. Leafs gave up a 3-spot to the Panthers in the first inning last night at Christie Pitts. And Kitchener responded with 4 of their own in the bottom of the inning and ultimately prevailed 14-3 last night. Or it was tied at 6 going into the 5th inning. Sorry, 14-10 I think was the final on that one. A 3-run fifth from the Leafs put them ahead for good in that game. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Justin Morrow. Leafs with 3 homers in that game last night. Castaldo's first, Mara hit his 4th, and Grant Tremaine his first of the season.
And looking at Toronto, Castaldo struggling to begin the season. Damian Topley puts him into the leadoff spot last night. He hits a leadoff bomb to begin that game, and now tonight, his second at bat, he goes deep right for his second home run of the season.
2-2 pitch, and that one's blocked in the dirt by McDonald. And the count is full. That one's past the second baseman into right field. Mara's aboard with a single to keep the 3rd inning going, and it'll bring Sean Riley to the plate.
And looking back at it, how huge was that double play? I mentioned that you don't want guys on heading into the 2, 3, 4, 5 for the Maple Leafs. And Leishman thankfully got that double play because here come the Maple Leafs, and here comes Sean Riley.
Sean Riley, .455 his average through 7 games coming into tonight. 12 RBIs, and he'll bat with 2 out and a runner aboard here in the 3rd.
2011 IBL MVP as a member of the Baycats.
I can't say enough about the threat he is at the plate for the Leafs, one of their most valuable weapons. And a big at-bat here for Marshall Leishman with 2 away. First offering, high and away, ball 1. Ryan Rio holds the runner. Leishman comes set. The kick and the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Changed speeds nicely on that pitch. It's 1-1. Riley last night 2 for 5, and he scored a run. 14-7 was that game last night. In the dirt, blocked by McDonald, and the count is 2-1.
That's low for Christy Pitts this season, 14-7. That's a 1-0 game.
That's a pitcher's duel.
Absolutely.
In that park. Runner takes a step or two, stays put though. The pitch, ball 4. So he walks Riley, and it's 2 on now for Takamatsu.
The right fielder, number 3, Garrett Takamatsu.
Third inning brought to you by Kurt's Coolers, mobile refrigerated freezer trailer rentals. Leishman trying to get out of this top of the third here. 2 aboard now. Tall strike to start him off. Leishman winds in the 0-1, just outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Garrett Takamatsu 20 for 40 for that 500 average through 9 games coming into this one here this evening. And he's ahead in the count here, 2 balls and 1 strike.
The issue for Leishman, he needs his off-speed stuff to be great because he doesn't have that fastball to blow by guys. So the Maple Leafs right now, Takamatsu on that pitch laying off the changeup. If they're laying off that pitch tonight, it's going to be a long night for Marshall Leishman.
2-1 is pot foul, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, the Baycats saw the other IBL current batting leader here on Tuesday night. That was Liam Wilson. He has a 500 average as well, tied with Takamatsu coming into tonight. And Takamatsu 0 for 1 this evening. So he'll dip just below that 500 mark for the time being. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Just missed, and the count is full. Runners will be off with this one. It's Mara at second and Riley at first for the Maple Leafs.
That's a call you know, Leishman, but I'd love to have.
Leishman's biggest test of the night right here with Garrett Takamatsu at the plate. 3-2 on the way. High fly ball to center field. Jake Wilson has a read on it. He backpedals, he's under it, and he makes the catch. Big out for Marshall Leishman and the Baycats as the Maple Leafs strand 2, but a solo shot by Jordan Castaldo puts the Maple Leafs on the board. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It's 2-1 Barrie. You're watching Baycats TV.
Game versus Brantford, which was rained out, will now be played this Tuesday, August 3rd at 7:30 right here at Coach Stadium.
ShopBaycats.com is your online source for everything Baycats. We do have a contest right now. Who would be interested in playing along with our Throwback Thursday trivia? First of all, I'd like to know who thinks they really know the Baycats well. Like we're talking a few years back, maybe 2015, 2016. Do you have any volunteers here to try and win big tonight? This lady? Yeah. Anybody? Any takers want to win? Okay, we'll come up here. All right. Here we go. Okay, what is on the line exactly? Well, we are giving away a $50 gift card to the gift shop, 1 t-shirt. Also, you get 1 autographed picture of Ryan Reho if you win tonight with this trivia question. Here we go. All right, first of all, what's your name? From Barrie? Thornton. Okay, great. All right, here we go. How many regular season MVPs did Jordan Castaldo win during his time with the Barrie Baycats? Was it A, 1, B, 2, or 3, 0?
Leading up the third for the Baycats, the center fielder number 15, Jake Wilson.
Ben Davy along with Ryan Eakin, and we go to the bottom of the third inning with the Baycats on top 2-1. A solo home run in that top of the third by Jordan Castaldo, getting the Maple Leafs on the board.
2. Congratulations.
Baycats getting some much needed offense in the bottom of the first inning.
Get your information and congratulations.
A couple of unearned runs certainly helping them out, get to that early lead tonight. We're back to the top of the order now with Jake Wilson, David LeBlanc, and Noel McGarry-Doyle. 2 up for Barrie. A lot of energy here in the crowd tonight. Usually is when Toronto comes to town. Sebastian Kahn making his IBL debut tonight. Hit to left field. Going back is Mara. It's over his head. And it goes to the wall. Digging hard for second is Jake Wilson. Mara up with the ball. Wilson will stay put. It's a leadoff double to start the bottom of the third inning.
You could tell Justin Mara was in absolute danger the second that ball left the bat. He was playing way too in. Wilson blows the ball by his head.
And that brings right fielder David LeBlanc to the plate.
Right fielder number 14, David LeBlanc.
Well, Brad Grieveson was the ball boy earlier. Ryan Rio just brought the balls out to the home plate umpire now.
It's a team effort.
It is.
Perhaps look for a bunt down the third baseline. So Lazo, not the greatest third baseman. He's not playing that much in. Might be an opportunity to perhaps get on base here.
He does not show bunt in the first pitch, low and away, ball one. LeBlanc walked in that bottom of the first inning, but then was erased 4-6 on the fielder's choice that followed. Kahn gets the sign, comes set, takes a look at the runner Wilson. The kick and the 1-0 pitch. Gets the called strike, and it's 1-1.
LeBlanc, no batting gloves. The only Baycat, I believe, in the Baycats lineup not to have batting gloves at the plate.
Yeah, that's old school.
I love it.
Yeah. A little skin on wood. 1-1 is hit to center field. Marcus Connect over to his left. Makes the catch. Wilson stays put, and there's one away.
Left fielder number 95, Noel McGarry Doyle.
Noel McGarry Doyle scored the first run of the ball game on that two-base error that we talked about earlier. Bizarre play where the ball was put into the catcher's mitt, and it allowed him to score, and it allowed Ryan Rio to get to third. And he would eventually score on an error that followed. So a couple of unearned runs for the Baycats, accounting for their 2-1 lead early on here tonight. Low and in, gets away from the catcher, and scampering to third is Jake Wilson. And he's 90 feet away.
Less than 2 out. You have to bring him in. You have your number 3 hitter up. You can't be costing yourself runs against the Maple Leafs tonight. You know the Maple Leafs are not going to settle for 1 run tonight. You have an opportunity like this, you have to bring him in. Whether it's from a sac fly, ground ball, base hit, has to come in.
McGarry Doyle with the pant legs up high. Likes those tall socks. Waggles the bat. Here's the 2-0 pitch to him. This one hit hard to center field. Connect comes over, and it gets into the gap between Connect and Mara. In to score easily is Wilson. McGarry Doyle is going to go chucking on to third, and he's in head first with a slide. RBI triple for Noel McGarry Doyle, and Barrie's up 3-1.
It really is something, the 1-2-3 in this Baycats lineup with Wilson, LeBlanc, and Doyle. Elite speed, high-end speed, and elite speed. McGarry Doyle has elite speed, and he saw it there on that triple.
First base is number 27, Ryan Rio.
Ryan Rio up to the plate now with a runner at third base and 1 out, looking to add to this 3-1 Barrie lead, and he rocks that one into the gap. That'll drop. Should be extra bases. In to score is McGarry Doyle. Rio's going to go to second. It's an RBI double. Barrie's up by 3.
Kahn's not fooling anyone right now, especially on his fastball. The Baycats lineup just teeing off on him. Hard contact after hard contact right now.
So 2 for Barrie in the first, and now a pair in the third has them up 4-1.
The third base number 13, Marcel Lacasse.
Jonathan Salazzo came over for a quick chat with Kahn, and he returns to third base. Marcel Lacasse comes to the plate now. Reached on an error in the bottom of the first. And we mentioned in the intro, Ryan, the Baycats managing just 5 runs in 3 games. They've got 4 already here in this one, and we're still in the top of the 3rd inning. So it's amazing how quickly things can change in the game of baseball.
They like facing Maple Leafs pitching, to say the least.
Yeah. "20 runs against the Maple Leafs at Christie Pitts last week.
And the Leafs, the pitching staff they have right now is not going to be the pitching staff you see come playoff time. But for right now, when you're facing them, take advantage, right?
Especially when you're trying to climb in the standings. Con checks the runner. Pitch is high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Lacasse, LeBlanc, and Cowan had the only 3 Baycat hits here on Tuesday night against Kitchener. The lefty waggles the bat. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Chases the breaking pitch. It's 1-2 now to him. One ball, 2 strikes. Runner in scoring position. Pitch from Kahn. Blocked by the catcher. He's right on it, and Rio stays put. Jeff Cowan on deck for the Baycats. Kahn is ready. 2-2 hit to left field. Mara back, reaches up, it's over his head. That'll send Rio around 3rd. He's going to come in. Throw cut off by the shortstop, down with the slide, and it's 5-1 Baycats.
And the reality of what you're seeing for the Maple Leafs right now, Justin Amara is not a left fielder, he's a catcher. Yeah, you can see right, he has no business being in the Maple Leafs outfield.
Well, he misread that one and it went over his head. And it proved to be costly as it brings the 5th Barrie run across home plate. Still just 1 out for Jeff Cowan now.
All 4 hits this inning, extra base hits, 3 doubles, 1 triple.
Shows bunt and got a piece of it and fouled it off. Well, I know we're not at Christie Pitts, but the Baycats must be feeling like no run is safe against this Toronto Maple Leaf team. They almost blew a 15-run lead against Toronto in that 20-19 game. Jumped out to an 8-0 lead over the Leafs after 2 innings, and it almost wasn't enough. So you know they're not going to pull the foot off the gas pedal here in this one tonight. High pop-up, should stay in the infield. And the first baseman, Jordan Castaldo, puts it away for the 2nd out of the inning.
It helps for the Baycats, tonight that Brandon Hillier, the Baycats closer, is at the game. He was not at the game last week in the pits, and that left the kids having to close it out. And eventually, Baycats pitching coach Brad Grievenson.
19-4 lead into the bottom of the 7th. The Leafs scored 4 in the 7th, 10 in the 8th. Barrie had a 10-run inning of their own earlier in the game. And when it was 20-18 Barrie going into the top of the 9th inning, Sean Riley hit a solo home run with 2 out in the bottom of the 9th to make it 20-19. A little too close for comfort for a Baycat team that had really turned it loose offensively and ended up coming down to right battling to the final out of the ball game. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Swung on a missed. Jake McDonald popped up to lead off the bottom of the 2nd. McGarry Doyle and Rio both coming in to score. Marcel Lacasse at 2nd base. 0-2 pitch. Goes the other way and he hits that one into right field. They put the stop sign up as Lacasse will hold at 3rd, and wisely so, with Garrett Takamatsu coming up with that ball in a hurry. McDonald aboard with a single to keep the inning alive for Carson Burns.
And out comes Maple Leafs manager Davy Topley. Nobody up in the Maple Leafs bullpen, so there's not going to be a pitching change here, but it is an absolute hit parade for the Baycats here in the 3rd inning. They're going to have to get someone up in that Maple Leafs bullpen.
Well, the 2 runs in the bottom of the first were unearned for the Baycats, and certainly a couple of bizarre plays factoring in, and Kahn not to be blamed for any of that. But here in the 3rd inning, he's really struggling. The Baycats are hitting him hard. Right on that fastball, as you mentioned. He's not fooling them.
Absolutely. It doesn't help that Justin Moore in left field made that play on what should have been an out. But even then, on that Marcelo Castaldo, even then, he has not pitched well.
Conference is over, and Kahn will battle the number 8 hitter here with 2 out in the bottom of the 3rd, trying to stop the bleeding here. It's 5-1 Baycats. 3 runs in this 3rd inning already, and runners on the corners with 2 out. Runners lead. Kahn comes set. First pitch to the left-hander just misses, ball 1. One-0 pitch, and that gets away from the catcher. Coming in is Lacasse, and he scores easily. No throw. It's 6-1 Barrie. McDonald goes to second on the pass ball, and now Carson Burns has a 2-0 count and a runner at second base. Burns, the 8th Baycats at bat in this inning. Pitch is high, and it's 3-0 to him. Number 9 hitter Brent Infante is on deck. Pitch. Inside, ball 4, and 2 aboard for Infante. Second walk of the game for Kahn.
Second baseman number 8, Brent Infante.
These deep counts have really slowed his pace down too. We mentioned earlier how quickly he was working in the first 2 innings, and now with runners aboard, facing the 9th batter in this inning, this game has slowed down quite a bit. That one is blocked by the catcher.
I'm a bit surprised the Maple Leafs don't have somebody up in that bullpen. This game might get away from them real quick here if Brantford can come through with a big hit.
On the ground foul down the third base line. Well, you can't count on those 10-run innings every night. They're nice when they happen, especially at home for Toronto. But you're right, no need to let this one get out of hand. Still very early in this ball game. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Offered on that 1-1 pitch, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Infante. Crowd here in Barrie really into every pitch here tonight. Lively Thursday night crowd. They've had lots to cheer for.
I'm not going to fastball here. If I'm Kahn, you go through another off-speed pitch and try to get Brantford to chase.
Bounces up to the plate, off the catcher, rolls to the backstop, runners advance again. So McDonald goes to 3rd, Burns goes to 2nd, and now 2 in scoring position for Infante, and a chance to really blow this one open.
I just think you have to go to another off-speed pitch. I know what just happened on that one, but I just don't see him blowing a fastball by Infante.
Swung on a miss, strike 3. So that'll do it for the Baycats, but the damage is done. They score 4, and it's a 6-1 lead for Barrie. After 3, you're watching Baycats TV.
Fans, are we having a good time so far tonight?
For Barrie in the 3rd, 4 runs and 5 hits. There were no errors, 2 runners left on base.
So we do have another contest happening here tonight, Baycats fans, and this one is all about social media. If you're not active on social media, we definitely encourage you to do so, because that's where we have one of our biggest contests each and every home game here. And tonight, we're asking you to take photos of the Baycats stadium, photos, video for Instagram stories, and photos of your favorite Baycats cool stadium shots too, because this is one of the nicest stadiums in the league. I think everyone can admit that. Perhaps some of the ballpark food you're enjoying for the first time in a long time after 17 months of COVID chaos. So it's good to have you back in the ballpark enjoying ballpark food. So take photos of the food and Instagram story them. Okay, what you got to do is tag us at Barrie Baycats on Instagram. Use the hashtag Baycats for your chance to win 4 tickets to see any Baycats game of your choice in the future. A Throwback Thursday t-shirt and a photo signed by Ryan Rio himself. A winner announcement will be made in the top of the 6th inning tonight. So get on the social media and make it happen. Let's go Baycats.
Inning number 4 is sponsored by the Cage Barrie, Barrie's only indoor public batting cages. The Cage Barrie. Leading up the 4th for the Maple Leafs, the center fielder, number 24, Marcus Connect.
It's a 6-1 lead for the Barrie Baycats after 3 innings here at Coates Stadium in Springwater. With Ryan Eakin, I'm Ben Davy. 2nd of 5 regular season matchups between these clubs. Baycats looking to make it a perfect 2-0 against their Toronto Highway 400 rivals. And it's always been a good rivalry between Barrie and Toronto. No exception here tonight. Pitch is outside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to Marcus Connect, who's 0 for 1 here tonight. On the ground to short. Burns with time, and he makes the throw. 1 away.
Third baseman, number 17, John Salazzo.
Jonathan Salazzo in that 2019 game last week shut the Baycats down on the mound 1-2-3 in the 9th inning. On in relief in that game. A guy who can pitch when necessary and played shortstop that night, third base tonight. Called strike to start him off 0-1. Shortstop Dan Mara is on deck. Marshall Leishman with a 1-1 count on him here. In the dirt, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. London Majors have soared to the top of the IBL standings still early, but they got a 7-2 record through 9 games, riding a 3-game win streak to give them a little bit of room over the Kitchener Panthers, who were here on Tuesday. Right into the glove of the first baseman, Ryan Rio.
Shortstop number 6, Dan Mara.
And Dan Mara bats with 2 away.
Rio having quite the night, 2 hits, came home from second on a fly ball. And now you saw that nice play at first base, having himself a night on the base pass defensively and with his bat.
For those who may be wondering, and I was wondering myself until just recently, how the playoff system would unfold in this unusual 2021 season, abbreviated schedule, just 7 teams with the Guelph Royals sitting this one out. All 7 teams will make the postseason, but the top team will get a bye. So definitely an incentive to get to the top of the standings if you can and avoid that best of 3 qualifying round that the other 6 teams are going to have to play in.
Typically in the past, the league has had a bye of some kind. They had a bye in 2013, I believe 2017 too.
This one to the left field for a base hit, and Dan Mara is aboard for the first time tonight.
But the team that gets the bye typically doesn't like it because you have to wait for a 7-game series. This time, not the case. It's a best of 5, a best of 3. So it's not the same as having to wait it out a week, maybe 2 weeks to become rusty. So a bye is actually this season extremely important.
Exactly. I think it's a huge benefit to get that top spot if possible. It's just the right amount of time to get your players rested a little bit, regroup, and certainly line up your pitching the way you want it to go, as opposed to a team that may have to, play all 3 games in that first round series and might not be able to line things up quite the way they want going into the following round.
Right, your number 3 might be going up against their number 1, and just like that, you're behind the 8 ball heading into what is another 3-game series.
I mean, the other side of the coin is not a whole lot of incentive to finish second because you're still your season could be over in 2 games. So it'll be interesting. Should be a good battle at the top of the IBL standings. Swung on a miss, strike 2. 2 balls, 1 ball and 2 strikes down. Marshall Leishman's 1-2 on the ground, and it's gloved by a diving Infante. Goes to short in time for the out. What a play by Bradford Infante. Gets the Baycats off the field, and they strand just 1 here in the top of the 4th. Through 3.5, it's 6-1 Barrie. You're watching Baycats TV.
For Toronto in the 4th, no runs on 1 hit, there were no errors, 1 runner left on base. We have some fans with us tonight celebrating birthdays. The Baycats organization would like to wish a very happy birthday to Oma. And that's from William and Jackson. Happy birthday, Oma. Inning number 4 is sponsored by the Cage Barrie. Barrie's only indoor public batting cages. The Cage Barrie. There's one other game underway in the IBL tonight. In Welland, the Brantford Red Sox and the Welland Jackfish are tied at no score. Bottom of the 4th. Leading up the 4th for the Baycats, the center fielder number 15, Jake Wilson.
We go to the 4th, bottom of the 4th here at Coates Stadium. It's the Baycats 6 and the Maple Leafs 1. 4th inning is brought to you by the Cage, Barrie's only indoor public batting cage. Crowd enjoying a 5-run lead here, and the Baycats will look to add more with the top of the order. Wilson, LeBlanc, and McGarry Doyle. 1, 2, 3 due up for the Baycats, and that was the case in that 3rd inning where they were able to claw out 4 runs. Wilson ahead here, 2 balls, no strikes.
Movement finally in that Maple Leafs bullpen, just in case. 3rd time through the order, just the bottom of the 4th inning. The Baycats continue to do damage. Count now 3-0, so it might be a similar path that we saw in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
And it's a called strike. Wilson 0 for 4 here on Tuesday against the Panthers, but he's 1 for 2 tonight with a double and a run scored. And the count is now full as he takes another pitch. It's 3-2. We're now playing under almost complete cloud cover here at Coates Stadium after a beautiful sunny start to the game. Ball 4, Wilson gets on, and David LeBlanc will come to the plate.
Right fielder number 14, David LeBlanc.
Sebastian Kahn gets the called strike in the first offering, 0-1. Second game for LeBlanc this season. He brings a .250 average coming into tonight. Walked in the first inning and then flied out to center. Runner goes. Here's the throw down. Not in time. Stolen base for Jake Wilson. Wilson gets his third steal of the season. Gary Doyle leads the Baycats with 5 steals. A lot of speed in this 2021 version of the Barrie Baycats. Pitches down at his 2 balls and 1 strike to LeBlanc.
That 1-2-3 has to be the fastest 1-2-3 in Baycats history. They've had in the past 9-1-2 with a guy like Richardson batting 9th, Spatty 1, and Glenn Jackson 2, but nothing quite like this 1-2-3.
Foul out of play, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count to David LeBlanc, the right fielder. Pitch from Kahn. And this one is hit into right field, and it drops for a base hit. Runners at the corners now, and it brings Noel McGarry Doyle to the plate.
Wilson didn't get a great rate off of that ball. I think he perhaps thought the right fielder would make the catch. I don't think he had much of a chance to go home anyway, so he'll be happy with the runners on the corners for the number 3 hitter.
7th hit of the ball game for the Baycats. And Sebastian Kahn, who got the Baycats 3 up, 3 down in the second, struggled in that third with Barrie batting around and scoring 4, and he finds himself in an early jam here in the 4th now.
I mentioned at the top of the inning, excuse me, the bottom half of the inning, that there's movement in the Maple Leafs bullpen. There's now action in the Maple Leafs bullpen, so I think Kahn's night is not for long at this point.
Right-hander up and throwing for Toronto. Check on the runner, and he's back head first.
You can see his number from here, right? The Maple Leafs bullpen.
Not quite. I keep meaning to bring my binoculars. One and 0 the count to Noel McGarry Doyle. That one just missed, 2-0.
Ray, he's pitching right now. You're not going to get 50-50 calls.
Fourth inning brought to you by The Cage, Barrie's only indoor public batting cage. This crowd tonight into every pitch. Right up the middle. And it's past the shortstop into the center field. Another run will score. Jake Wilson crosses home plate, make it 7-1 Baycats.
7 runs, no home runs. Baycats 1-9 have shown up tonight.
RBI single for Noel McGarry Doyle, and advancing to third is David LeBlanc. So runners still on the corners here.
27, Ryan Rio.
Nobody out for Ryan Rio. Catcher out for a visit with Sebastian Kahn, maybe buying a little bit of time for that bullpen to get ready. Can't imagine how much longer they'll leave him out there. He really has been struggling the last 2 innings here in his IBL debut.
It's not getting any easier right now with the Baycats' best slugger, Ryan Rio.
Rio has worn pink shoes for much of the season, but wisely going with the red tonight with the red jerseys. If he wore the pink with the red, we'd have to have another conversation with him. Whiffs on that first pitch, 0-1.
It's a 2022 jersey idea.
Runner goes, throw down, not in time. Oh, they got him. Well, Noel McGarry Doyle caught stealing. I thought he got under that tag, but apparently not, as he was called out by third base ump Scott Costello.
I thought he was safe too. At this point, it doesn't really matter. There's no point in running into outs with the pitcher right now for the Maple Leafs that's absolutely laboring on the mound as Andrew Hyde is warming up in that Maple Leafs bullpen.
Unless he missed the base on the slide, I'm not sure. He certainly beat the throw. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Not a whole lot of complaining from the fans here. Their team up by 6 runs. But here's the 2-2. Past the catcher. That was the 3-2 pitch. Or did he get a piece of him?
That hit his elbow on that one. Rio will take first base.
Okay. First hit batter of the night.
And that might just do his night. As out comes Davy Topley again.
Lacasse.
I'm trying to see who that was warming up in the bullpen. Not sure if it was
Andrew Hyde, number 22, and it looks like that might be his night. Not quite, but that is Andrew Hyde pitching in that Maple Leafs bullpen right now.
Well, they're going to leave Sebastian Kahn in for at least one more. Marcel Lacasse comes to the plate. Still runners at the corners here. Similar situation, but with 1 out. Tough night for Sebastian Kahn here in his IBL debut. So LeBlanc at third, Rio at first. Infielders would love a ground ball here. Ball gets away from the catcher, and it's an easy trot down to second for Rio. LeBlanc stays put.
Interesting that Andrew Hyde coming into the ballgame eventually at some point in this ballgame, not starting for the Maple Leafs. He's leading their team in ERA for starting pitchers, that is. So an interesting decision to go with a rookie instead of your best arm at this point in the season. I guess only to burn him mid-game too, so quite interesting.
Well, hopeful for some quality middle innings, I guess, if you're the Maple Leafs. But Toronto with some work cut out. They're down by 6 here in the 4th. Barrie looking to add to it. High called strike there. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Cass didn't like that one. Thought it was a bit high.
Or one ball and 2 strikes. Excuse me. Jeff Cowan on deck. 2 in scoring position here for the Baycats. They can blow this one open. Lacasse has reached base twice tonight. Once on an error, once on a double. That one blocked. And the count is even now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cass digs in. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. A big out for Sebastian Kahn as there's 2 away now for Jeff Cowan.
Opportunity for Cowan tonight to get to 400 hits. He's 2 away, 0 for 2 tonight. Let's see if he can get it done tonight. If not, sometime this weekend, perhaps as early as Saturday night.
Inning-ending double play in the first, and he popped up to first base in the third. Just a matter of time, but a hit here would certainly be a big one with 2 in scoring position and 2 away. Cowan's average 375 coming into tonight. High and tight, and Cowan goes down butt first.
Cowan always up there in lead league when it comes to being hit by pitchers. Michael Ambrose, the former Majors catcher, was always up there too. Cowan almost got hit by that one, although to no fault of his own on that one.
2-0 on the way from Kahn. Gets the called strike, 2-1. Next matchup between these clubs, Thursday, August 12th, 7:30 here at Coates Stadium. This is the second of 5 regular season matchups. Barrie taking the first, 20-19. 7 runs here tonight for the Baycats in the 4th. Kahn would love to end this one right here and stop the bleeding. 2-2 pitch, high over Cowan's head.
Cowan's some issues with the secondary pitchers here to save the Leafs.
Well, the last thing Cowan wants to do is keep this inning going. He's up. 3-2 pitch here, and it's low ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
And it doesn't look like Damian Topley is coming down that Maple Leafs dugout. So it's on Kahn to get out of this inning on his own, it looks like. That Maple Leafs bullpen is ready high to stop throwing. He is clearly ready to go. As up comes Jake McDonald.
The catcher number 26, Jake McDonald.
Jake McDonald with just 1 hit and 16 at-bats for the Baycats so far, so a big chance for him to make his mark here. Bases loaded, 2 out. Here's the pitch on the ground to shortstop. Should do it for the Leafs. Over to second in time, and they get out of the inning with the bases loaded. But Barrie adding another run, and it's 7-1 Baycats through 4 here at Coates Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV.
1 run and 2 hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base.
Hey, Baycats fans, if anybody's celebrating a birthday or anniversary tonight, please make sure to flag me down in the stadium. We'll get some birthday and anniversary shoutouts on later tonight. In the meantime, though, I think we got to bring something back to baseball that we haven't seen in quite some time due to the pandemic. And I say, we start the wave. Who's down to start the wave? We're going to start way down here, checking in at the third base line into the left field area. So I'm going to start it all the way down here, and I want to see it make it all the way down to the right field line. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's wave. Let's go. Keep it going. Keep it going. Wave all the way around the stadium. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Way to go, Baycats fans. We still have our social media contest happening. Don't forget to enter by uploading your Instagram story and tag us at Barrie Baycats. Use the hashtag Baycats and take all kinds of creative photos and video, and we'll have a winner chosen in the 6th inning tonight. Lots of swag up for
Leading up to 5th for the Maple Leafs is second baseman number 10, Grant Tomaney.
Go to the top of the 5th. It's a 6-run lead for the Baycats. 7-1 Barrie here on the top of the 5th. Baycats left the bases loaded in that 4th inning. Scored just 1 run. They've left 6 on base so far tonight. Still with that comfortable 6-run lead. This one hit foul. Grant Tomaine, the number 9 hitter, to lead it off here for the Leafs in the 5th.
Big at-bat here. You don't want to have a potential big inning with the leadoff guy getting on for the Maple Leafs. Big sluggers, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Marshall Leishman has allowed 5 hits, 1 run so far through 4 innings of work. His first starting appearance for Barrie this season. Here comes the 2-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Leishman very effective in relief here on Thursday night against the Hamilton Cardinals. Hit hard into left field. It's a base hit. Grant Tomaine gets the Leafs a base runner early here on the top of the 5th inning. 5th inning is brought to you by Seat Giant, the official ticket marketplace of the Barrie Baycats. Get all of your major event tickets within North America in Canadian funds. One on, nobody out for Jordan Castaldo. Familiar name here in Barrie and honored prior to tonight's game at a nice pregame ceremony. Part of the 2019 Championship Club. And that one goes to the backstop, and advancing 90 feet is Grant Tomaine.
Pitch number 70 of the ball game for Leishman. So he has absolutely the ability here, if he can stay out of trouble, to go 5, 6, perhaps even 7 innings for the Baycats tonight. And wouldn't that be nice given the week they have coming up?
Jordan Castaldo has scored 14 runs and 41 at-bats coming into tonight. 6 walks has certainly helped with that. Home run tonight for 2 on the season. 268 average coming into action tonight. Called strike, and it's 1-1 to him.
Not the seasons he's had in the past, but still decent numbers. And you know he's only going to get better as this season goes on.
Lefty-lefty matchup here. And the 1-1 offering. Misses, 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 on the way. Called strike, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leafs play just once more over the long weekend, and that's at home. They get a visit from the first place London Majors Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. As you mentioned, the upcoming weekend for Barrie, Ryan, very busy. This is the first of 4 games in 4 nights for the Baycats. To first, Rio steps onto the bag himself. Runner advances 90 feet, and there's 1 out in the inning. Baycats in Hamilton tomorrow night at 7:30.
Number 9, Justin Mara.
That will be their 4th game already against the Cardinals. 10 games this year, 4 will be against Hamilton. It's not the way the schedule was designed, but a couple of postponed games against other teams made this a really Hamilton-heavy start to the schedule for the Baycats. They play every team, including Hamilton, 5 times in this 30-game schedule, and 4 of those 5 will be out of the way before the end of this weekend. Justin Mara now, the left-hander. Called strike to start him off. Grant Tamain led off this 5th with a single. Stands at third base now with 1 out. And the count is 1-1 to Mara. Saturday night, Welland is here at 7:30. That broadcast right here on Baycats TV. And then Sunday, Baycats travel to Kitchener at 2 p.m. for a rematch against the Panthers. So very busy, long weekend for Barrie. They get the holiday Monday off, I guess. You know,
We'll take it. We'll take it.
1 day to salvage out of their August long weekend. Inside a ball, and it's 3-1. Oh, it's going to be a busy month of August with the postponed games, the rainouts early on. Schedule already quite condensed as it is with a late start.
It's an absolute sprint to the finish line this season. There's no times for slumps and win streaks. It's just an absolute flash in the pan this season when it comes to just get all over before it even gets started, quite frankly.
Almost kind of like a playoff feel already, like when, you know, we're doing 3 home games here in 1 week. I mean, and that's going to be the norm. Much of the month of August as well. As a base on balls puts Justin Mara at first, so runners at the corners now for Sean Riley.
Andrew White will come out here, try to make sure this does not turn into a big inning as the IBL home run king comes up to the plate. But yeah, no question. You think the pitchers would almost, and the batters especially, would like this, in fact, that you have all these games, you know, waiting around 5-6 days for the next game. You can kind of have a rhythm. And I think the batters especially like that then.
Get all your major event tickets within North America in Canadian funds.
Well, the crazy thing is, even though we've gotten both home games in this week, we've still had a lot of rain. It's just been earlier in the day, and we've been very fortunate. Field conditions have been able to dry up in time for game time. But again, this morning, quite a bit of rain across this part of the province in the early part of the day, and that was the case Tuesday as well.
Mike mentioned over the PA system before the game, this is the best ground screw in the IBL by a country mile. So you saw the game tonight in Kitchener. Panthers game postponed. Baycat game goes on.
The designated hitter, number 33, Sean Riley.
Sean Riley with a big at bat here. 2 on, 1 out. Riley tonight with a walk and a double play. Runners lead, first pitch in the dirt. Blocked by Jake McDonald, it's 1-0.
A big moment in this game, 3rd time through the order. No action in the Baycats bullpen. Let's see how Leachman can do against the best hitters, quite frankly, in the IBL.
7-1 Baycats, we're in the top of the 5th. On the ground, down the line. That's a foul ball, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Toronto's lone run, a solo shot by Jordan Castaldo in the 3rd. Got some work to do here, down by 6 in the 5th inning. Pitch from Leishman. Foul tip, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Saw some good work by Leishman on Thursday night against Hamilton, and then against Kitchener we saw Panthers reliever Jacob Douglas put on one of the best relief performances I've ever seen. Came on in the 5th, earned the win, finished the ball game. 4 1/3 shutout innings, no hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts. This one hit to center field, and it will drop. It's a base hit for Sean Riley, and a run will score as Grant Tamain trots across home plate, and the Leafs make it a 7-2 ball game.
Ben, going back to that Tuesday night game, we thought Panthers starting pitcher Ryan Douglas got injured. Not the case. He pitched last night in Christie Pitch, so I'm not sure what happened Tuesday night, but he was fine to come out of the bullpen last night for the Panthers.
Well, it was certainly presented as an injury situation because they gave Jacob Douglas an insane number of warm-up pitches, and he certainly took advantage of them, and then put on an absolute clinic, dealing in relief. Came on with 2 out in the bottom of the 5th inning and inherited a 2-1 count to Noel McGarry-Doyle, so an unusual situation. He actually walked McGarry-Doyle in that at-bat. The walk was charged to his brother, though, since it was a 2-1 count. And he then went on to retire 13 of 14. Only Baycat to reach base was Carson Burns on an error by the shortstop. Just an incredible relief performance by Kitchener's Jacob Douglas, former Barrie Baycat.
It was an all-time relief appearance. I understand it's in the regular season, but still, as impressive as it gets.
Leishman checks the runner, and now time is called. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the dangerous right fielder, Garrett Takamatsu. 0 for 2 tonight. He's flied out twice. Pitch from Leishman. Just missed. A hair off the plate, 2-1.
You know, Leishman wants a call like that. Perhaps should have gotten a call like that.
Left-hander looks in. McDonald puts down the sign. Burns and Infante, the middle infield here, looking for the ground ball with 1 out. But instead, it's hit to shallow center field, and it drops in front of Jake Wilson. Rounding third is Justin Mara. No, he holds up. And the bases are loaded now, so Mara at third, Riley at second, Takamatsu at first. And a chance for Toronto to muscle their way back into this one. The bases loaded and 1 out.
Saw Sean Riley from first base going to second, having to hustle because he thought perhaps that Jake Wilson might throw that ball into for a play at second base. Not the case. And now the Maple Leafs are an absolute potential here to get right back into this ball game with an extra base hit by Connect.
Wise decision to hold Justin Mara at third. Down by 5 runs. No need to give any outs back. What a test here for Marshall Leishman. Bases loaded, 1 out. No room to put Marcus Connect. And it's 1-0. Two balls and no strikes. Connect 0 for 2 tonight. First 3-hit inning for the Leafs in this ball game. They've scored 1 already.
Thought that was high, as did Marcus Connect, Maple Leafs batter.
Generous call on the 2-0. It's now 2 balls and a strike. Jonathan Salazzo, the third baseman, is on deck. High pop-up. LeBlanc, the right fielder, calls for it, makes the catch, and then dropped it, but had it in his glove long enough. It was just the transfer that he ended up losing that one. So the out is recorded. Runners stay put. Good strong throw back in, and there's 2 away.
He knew he had time. He didn't need to panic with a slow runner at third base. No need to rush back into throw after dropping the ball on the transfer.
The third base, number 17, John Salazzo.
So huge out for Marshall Leishman. Jonathan Salazzo now. 2 away, and the bases loaded for the Maple Leafs.
Action in that Baycats bullpen.
Called strike to start him off. Jonathan Salazzo 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs in that 14-7 win over the Panthers last night. Big opportunity for him here.
For the Maple Leafs, you don't need all the runs back in this inning, but you can't squander this opportunity.
These are the innings that you look back on when you had these opportunities, and certainly they need to get something out of this one. It's a high pop-up, but well out of play. Lands over near the Maple Leaf bullpen, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Marshall Leishman 1 out away, or 1 strike away from getting out of this jam, and the fans behind him here with some applause for the left-hander.
Pitch number 98 of the ball game coming up. This could be his last pitch of the ball game.
1-2, low and in, and the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. One run, 3 hits for the Maple Leafs in this 5th. They're looking to add. Mara at 3rd, Riley at 2nd, Takamatsu at 1st. 2-2 pitch, weakly hit foul. Squibbles over near the coach's box, and we'll do a 2-2 once again.
Pitch number 99 for Leishman.
On deck, shortstop Dan Mara.
That is a right-handed bat. This might be the end of Leishman no matter what happens here.
2-2 pitch. Just got a piece. And another 2-2 on the way. Fans urging the first-year Baycat to end it right here. 2-2 on the way. Check swing in the dirt. They appeal. He did not go.
Leishman, you can see by his reaction, he wanted that one. Home plate umpire deferred to the base umpire.
They checked with Scott Costello. He said no, and the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Let's see how big that non-call may end up being here. Full count, 2 down, bases loaded. Pitch from Leishman. Strike 3! Salazzo frozen with the bases loaded, and that will do it for the Maple Leafs. They scored just 1 run. And now some chirping from the Maple Leaf dugout as the umpire walks over and has a conversation with the third base coach. That will do it for the Leafs. So it's 7-2 Barrie as we head to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Baycats TV.
7 p.m. start when the Willem Jack Fisher in here to battle here, Barrie Baycats. Get your tickets at barriebaycats.com and avoid the lineup.
Defensive change for the Maple Leafs into pitch number 22, Andrew Hyde.
Bottom of the fifth here at Coast Stadium in Midhurst. It's the Barrie Baycats on top of the Toronto Maple Leafs by a score of 7-2.
Number 3, Carson Burns.
Carson Burns, Brant Infante, and Jake Wilson due up here against a new pitcher for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's Andrew Hyde.
Andrew Hyde, 3 games this season, 2 starts, 3.75 ERA. He's absolutely been the Maple Leafs' best starting pitcher to begin this season.
Hit that one a ton, but foul down the left field line, strike one.
I should note, in those 2 starts, 3 appearances, only 12 innings pitched, so perhaps not stretched out the way the Maple Leafs would like.
So he comes on in relief of Sebastian Kahn, who worked 4 innings tonight. 7 runs for the Baycats, 2 of them unearned in that first inning. Breaking pitch gets over, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Cats Talk podcast launches next week on either Monday or Tuesday. I was talking to Sam Hossack before the game, and he wanted me to remind our viewers and listeners that that podcast will be available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. They're looking forward to some interviews with players and breaking down the games once a week. So if you want to check out that podcast, I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I'll be checking it out for sure. That's the Cats Talk podcast on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube, coming soon. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Podcasts are nice to have, especially if you're a commuter. Give you a little bit of extra time in the car, something to listen to, and a chance to stay on top of the Barrie Baycats and enjoy their breakdown on each game. I'm sure they're going to do a great job.
Perhaps some of the guys from the GTA playing for the Baycats will listen to it on the way home. And why wouldn't they want to?
Brant Infante, the number 9 hitter, is 0 for 2 tonight. Pitch from Hyde is hit to left field. It's a fair ball. Down the line it goes. Infante rounds first, headed in for second. And he's in with a double as the ball scoots away. Castaldo backing that one up, and it's a double for Infante with 1 out here in the 5th.
Maple Leafs yet to have a 3 up, 3 down in this ballgame.
Center fielder number 15, Jake Wilson.
Jake Wilson tonight has reached base twice and has scored twice. 1 for 2 with a walk. Pitch blocked at the plate, and it's 1-0. Baycats have scored 27 runs against the Toronto Maple Leafs in a game and a half so far this season. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. This one rocked to left field. Should stay in the park, though. Under at Justin Mara. Takes it for the catch. And there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th.
Some nice power by Wilson, 2 left field, even though he was out on the play.
The right fielder number 14, David LeBlanc.
When the Baycats played at Christie Pitts last week, they were wearing their road blues as well, and their shade of blue is very similar to this Toronto Maple Leaf dark blue. And that made for a little bit of a confusing night for the fans in some situations. You glance at the field and try to remember who's who. Baycats wearing the retro reds tonight, certainly a lot easier to watch.
Maple Leafs at times this season going with baby blue powder pants with their blue jerseys on the road. Tonight going back to their gray pants, I think that's the way, and I think you might agree with that, the way it should be.
Well, I'm one of the few that's a fan of the baby blue. I like it. They used to wear the baby blue tops. It was a V-neck jersey. It wasn't even a button down.
Right.
It was a pullover V-neck that they wore in my first stint covering the IBL many moons ago. I'm not sure if they've worn those recently, but easy to differentiate them from any other blue team on the diamond.
It's when the Maple Leafs were in their heyday, to say the least.
Paul Spaljarek wore that jersey.
Rob Butler, Rich Butler, the over 2 Blue Jays.
I'm sure some of those jerseys are framed somewhere in some dens and sports bars.
I'm sure Jack has a couple of those.
1-2, swung on a miss, strike 3. Nice inning by Andrew Hyde in relief as he gets the Baycats here in the 5th. Through 5. Cats up by 5. You're watching Baycats TV.
1 runner left on base. number 6 is starting lineup, uniform and apparel. The official jersey of your Barrie Baycats. Your season starts here. Starting lineup, uniform and apparel.
Hey, Baycats fans, it's now time to make the winner announcement for your social media contest taking place with the Barrie Baycats. We've asked you to upload some cool photos and video on Instagram stories at Barrie Baycats is who you tag, and use the hashtag Baycats for your chance to win 4 tickets to an upcoming Barrie Baycats game, 1 throwback t-shirt, and a photo of Ryan Rio signed. All right, so we have a winner. Congratulations going out to Lisa and Castria on Instagram. Yay! There's a big family from Lisa. Congratulations. Claim your prize at the Barrie Baycats tent in the concourse below in 5 minutes. And we will see you next time for that very contest right here at Coach Stadium.
Leading up to 6 for the Maple Leafs is shortstop number 6, Dan Mara.
6th inning we go here at Coach Stadium. It's a 5-run Barrie lead with Ryan Eakin. I'm Ben Davy. A very happy Thursday evening to you, and a lot of happy Baycat fans enjoying this comfortable lead tonight so far. Of course, these teams have had some pretty dramatic finishes, and we'll see how Barrie does here, up by 5 as we head to the late innings of this ball game. But so far, Marshall Leishman doing a great job keeping Barrie comfortably on top, and it's a called strike 1 and 2.
Interesting that Leishman back out here for the 6th inning. He's well over 100 pitches at this point. Baycats manager Josh Matlow with lots of faith in the southpaw.
Bounces up to the plate, 2 and 2 to Dan Mara. 6th inning brought to you by Starting Lineup Uniforms and Apparel, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. Your season starts here. Two. High pop-up. Will it stay in play? The pitcher comes over, and it's the first baseman, Ryan Rio, and that ball landed between him and Leishman.
That's Rio's ball the entire way, no question. He's coming in on it. That's not Leishman's ball. That's Ryan Rio at first base.
Kind of surprised Leishman was even there, but Rio unable to come up with the catch, so another chance here for Justin Mara. Well, 2 and 2 the count. Mara tonight 1 for 2. Leafs with a run in the 3rd and 1 in the 5th. That's been it so far tonight. Soft liner to short. Carson Burns makes the easy grab, and there's 1 down.
Catcher number 1, Barrie Baycats.
Brady Cherkownik, the catcher, up now for the Maple Leafs.
It's also interesting. Leishman comes back out here in the 6th inning with 3 straight right-handed bats due up as a lefty himself. Most of the Maple Leafs lefties are in that middle of the lineup.
Josh Matlow showing a lot of confidence in the left-hander who's been strong tonight. Weekly hit back to the pitcher, and Leishman will underhand it to first. Quickly 2 out here in the 6th. So far looking like a good call to leave him in.
Absolutely, and his pitch count's not outrageous. That was pitch number 111 of the ball game. So nothing too crazy, but you got to think this is his last inning, even if it is a 3 up, 3 down.
Well, certainly a good start for the Baycats pitching staff heading into this 4-game and 4-night weekend. 4-game and 4 days. And you definitely want to preserve that bullpen as much as you can.
You Can't ask for much more from Leishman than what he's doing tonight against the best lineup in the IBL.
Certainly can't, and you got to figure in at least one of those 4 games, the bullpen might be heavily called upon, and all it can take is one high-scoring game, and all of a sudden all the arms in your relief staff are a little tired. Ball 4, so a walk, 4-pitch walk to Grant Tremaine.
And that will end Leishman's night.
Well, what a night it was for him, as manager Josh Matlow will come out to get the ball, we think. We'll see. There is action in the Baycat bullpen. And off he goes. Marshall Leishman tonight working 5 2/3. And he comes off to a nice ovation from the fans and his teammates as he heads over to the Baycat dugout.
That looks to be, we'll get confirmation soon, it looks to be Evan Souls coming out of the Baycats bullpen.
So a strong performance by the Baycat starter, Marshall Leishman. 5 2/3 tonight. He leaves a runner on first base for the Baycat bullpen. 46 is Evan Souls, who will get the ball here in this bottom of the 6th inning.
Souls making his home debut after making his IBL and Baycats debut Sunday at Labatt Park in London. He pitched 3 innings that night. He had some trouble for a little bit in the 6th inning, was still able to get out of it, leaving the bases loaded. It was 3 shutout innings for Souls, the Stainer native, in his IBL debut.
So the right-hander will face the top of the order. Jordan Castaldo, Justin Mara, Sean Riley, all due up here, but with 2 outs in the inning. And the former Baycat Jordan Castaldo come to the plate.
Number 5, Jordan Castaldo.
Interesting with all the left-handed pitchers in the Baycats bullpen, bringing in a right-hander to face 2 straight lefties.
9-time IBL All-Star. And he'll try to keep this top of the 6th inning going for the Maple Leafs.
He's put together a few rallies at this ballpark, to say the least.
Tremaine with the lead at first, being held on by Ryan Rio. First offering from Evan Souls is hit over the shortstop into left field. It's a base hit. That will keep the inning alive for Justin Mara.
To left field was that hit by Castaldo opposite field. No player in IBL history, or at least in the last 10-15 years, has used all fields sides of the ballpark than Jordan Castaldo.
So 2 out and 2 on now for Evan Souls. Fourth inning of work here this season for Souls. He has yet to allow an earned run. Grant Tremaine, the runner at second, the responsibility of Marshall Leishman, and that ball gets away. Runners advance 90 feet. So Tremaine to third, Castaldo to second, first base open, 2 away. Riley on deck, so you don't want him coming up with the bases loaded.
Not quite. One swing from any of these guys at this point can get the Maple Leafs right back into this ball game.
Very lively crowd here in Barrie has suddenly turned pretty quiet in this bottom of the 6th. Toronto with a chance to fight their way back, trailing by 5. 1-0 pitch, misses, 2 balls, no strikes to Justin Mara.
You saw it last week, Ben. Baycats bullpen came in, what were they not able to do? They weren't able to throw strikes. Souls has to come out here and throw some strikes.
2-0. Gets the called strike. Mara's reached base twice tonight, singled and walked. 1 for 2 on the evening. Big batter here for Evan Sewells. 2-1 on the way. Foul at a play, and it's 2-2.
Big pitch coming up here against Justin Morrow, the former Chicago Cubs draft pick.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. McDonald puts down the sign. Sewells gets it and comes set. 2-2 offering. On the ground, foul. And it'll be another 2-2 on the way to Justin Morrow.
Both teams with 9 hits right now. What's the difference? Toronto 2 errors, the Baycats none.
2-2 from Sewells. Hit hard but foul. Over to the Baycat bullpen. Mara got a lot of that one but couldn't straighten it out. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two offering on the way from Evan Sewells. And it's a full count to Mara. Sewells with 2 walks in his 3 innings of work coming into tonight. 3-2 on the way. Here's the pitch. Hit hard and into right field. It'll score at least 1. Up with it, David LeBlanc. Here's the throw. And in safely is Jordan Castaldo. McDonald applied the tag, but the ball got out of his glove. And 2-run score for the Maple Leafs. It's now a 7-4 ball game.
I said when Sewells came into the ball game, it didn't make a lot of sense to me to bring in the right-handed pitcher to face top 2 lefties in the league, and both guys get on, and the Maple Leafs are right back in this ball game.
2 RBIs for Justin Mara, and it's a 3-run game all of a sudden.
The designated hitter, number 33, Sean Riley.
And it doesn't get any easier with Sean Riley coming to the plate and Garrett Takamatsu right behind him.
Riley hitless tonight. What a time it would be for him to get the Maple Leafs right back into this ball game.
Marshall Leishman certainly doing his job tonight, turning a 5-run lead over to the bullpen. Evan Sewells trying to get out of this jam here in this top of the 6th inning.
That closes the line on Leishman's night too.
Maple Leafs have scored 2 here in the 6th, looking to keep it going here. Righty-righty the matchup. Pitch is well outside. Not past McDonald, goes to the screen, and up 90 feet is Justin Mara.
I think Sewells has decent life on his fastball right now, but not a lot of great off-speed pitches for him right now.
Sean Riley has reached base twice tonight, has yet to score. Double play in the bottom of the top of the 1st. Sewells looks at the runner, comes set, 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2.
I was incorrect earlier. Riley had a hit in the last inning, the base hit.
The first earned run for Evan Sewells this season, and this one hit to center field, and that one is caught by the center fielder, Jake Wilson, going back near the track. Sean Riley got a lot of that one, but not quite enough, and the Baycats get off the field. Maple Leafs scoring 2 in that top of the 6th. We go to the bottom half of the inning. It's Barrie 7, Toronto 4. You're watching Baycats TV. Here come the Baycats in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's brought to you by Starting Lineup Uniforms and Apparel, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. Your season starts here. And Marshall Leishman's night has come to a close. Very effective and a strong performance tonight for the Barrie Baycats.
He allowed base runners through 5 2/3, 8 hits, 4 walks, but only 3 runs. 1 strikeout, he pitched to contact. The Baycats will absolutely take that outing from Marshall Leishman tonight.
First hit from McGarry Doyle, and it's the second base, and it's an infield single for Noel McGarry Doyle. He's on board now for the 3rd time tonight. Excuse me, the 4th time.
Number 27, Ryan Rio.
Including a fielder's choice in the 1st. So McGarry Doyle aboard all 4 times tonight, scored twice, and he has an RBI.
Up comes Rio, who's been on base 3 times tonight himself.
McGarry Doyle leading the Baycats in steals, takes a generous lead at first, does not go. Swing and a miss by Rio on the first offering by Andrew High.
If Damian Topley didn't use his go-to lefty last night for 50 pitchers in the bullpen, you know he would love to have him in this spot with Doyle, Rio, and Lacasse all batting this inning.
Breaking pitch misses, 1 ball, 1 strike. Coming into tonight, Jonathan Salazzo leading the IBL in RBIs with 16. Ryan Rio of the Baycats and Sean Riley are tied with 12 coming into tonight. Runner goes. High throw, and it's a stolen base for Noel McGarry Doyle.
Not much of a chance for the Maple Leafs on that one.
Never seems to be much of a chance when McGarry Doyle is on the bases. Seven stolen bases this season for Noel McGarry Doyle. Tops on the Baycats. That one blocked in the dirt. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Ryan Rio in his 6th game, hitting .400 coming into tonight. Holds the bat high. 3-1 pitch on the way. It's way high and ball 4, so he's aboard on a base on balls.
Third baseman number 13, Marcel Lacasse.
Baycats with 2 in the 1st, 4 in the 3rd, and a run in the 4th. A 7-4 lead here tonight. Marcel Lacasse comes to the plate. 2 on, nobody out here, bottom of the 6th inning. Swung on and missed.
Lacasse still looking for his first home run here at Colt Stadium. He has 2 on the season, both at Christie Pitch last Wednesday in Toronto.
One on the way from Andrew Hyde. Misses away, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Lots of break on that pitch.
One as the runners lead. Another pitch with a lot of break, but it was well outside 2-1.
Try going back to the same pitch, hoping it would sink a bit more, and it didn't.
Lots of movement, but got to get that one closer to the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Marcel Lacasse, the 3rd baseman. Inside, and the count is 3-1.
Not even close, and you look at it, what's the most important thing in baseball for a pitcher? Location, and then you can take a look at movement and velocity, but you have to throw strikes.
3 balls, 1 strike, still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Barrie looking to add to a 3-run lead at 7-4 Baycats. Pitch is outside, ball 4, and that will load him up for Jeff Cowan. Second walk tonight for Andrew Hyde.
The designated hitter number 42, Jeff Cowan.
Jeff Cowan 0 for 2 tonight with a walk.
He's that kind of guy you want up at the plate right now. The one thing you know with Cowan is he's going to put a bat in the ball and get a ball in play.
So Noel McGarry-Doyle at third, Ryan Rio at second, and Marcel Lacasse at first. Bases full of Baycats here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Called strike to Cowan to start it off. Righty-righty matchup here. Cowan waggles the bat. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. It's fouled at home plate. Strike 2. Bottom of the order coming up behind Cowan, McDonald, Burns, and Infante. Still nobody out in this bottom of the 6th inning.
Only 2 hits between the 7, 8, 9 part in the Baycats lineup, so you know Cowan would love to do some damage here.
No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Foul out of play. This game has now reached the 2-hour mark here in this bottom of the 6th inning.
Had a great pace to it early on, not so much now, but that's to be expected as you get into the bullpen for these two teams.
No balls, 2 strikes to Jeff Cowan, the designated hitter. The pitch. Fouled again, and Cowan staying alive here. No balls and 2 strikes. Second of 5 matchups between these clubs. 2019 in the first matchup last week in Toronto. 7-4 Barrie here. Another pop-up. Foul territory. Will it stay in? Yeah, it does, but unable to make the catch was the third baseman, Jonathan Solazzo.
Not exactly a gold glove at third base with Solazzo, but
Maple Leafs, Justin Merrill moves from left field, the catcher. Garrett Takamatsu moves from right field to left field. Jeff McLeod enters the game in right field. Will bat in the 8th position.
Just getting word of some defensive changes here. McLeod into the game to play right field now. And Garrett Takamatsu moving from right to left. And one of the Maras is behind the plate. I didn't catch the... That one hit on the ground, foul, and Cowan will stay alive at no balls and 2 strikes.
so Takamatsu goes to left field. McLeod enters the game in right field. Justin Mara from left field to catcher.
So it's Justin Mara now behind the plate.
Correct.
3 Maras on this Maple Leaf club. We got to keep track of all of them here. No balls, 2 strikes to Cowan. In the dirt and blocked by Mara.
And this is where Justin Mara is at his best. To me, he's the best catcher in the IBL. Elite arm, elite defensive ability. This is where he should be for the Maple Leafs.
One ball, 2 strikes. Popped over our heads, out of play, and along it back. Cowan battling here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So let's just hit the reset button here on the defense and give it to you again for Toronto. Currently, Garrett Takamatsu in left, Marcus Connect stays in center, Jeff McLeod into the game now at right field. Justin Mara has moved from left field to catcher. Everything else on the diamond as is. 1-2, just missed, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Professional at-bat by Jeff Cowan here.
That's a good way to describe it. He's been in this situation before. He knows what it means to battle here behind in the count. Now it's even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and it's ball 3. So Cowan has worked the count full now with the bases loaded.
Vintage Jeff Cowan, you get behind 0-2, you foul some pitches off, you mix in a ball, you mix in another one, and just like that, full count, and now the pressure's on Andrew Hyde.
What an at-bat. Andrew Hyde comes set, nowhere to put. Jeff Cowan, 3-2 pitch on the way, Swung on down the line and foul. Andrew Hyde working hard to try to get this hitter at the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out. Opportunity for Barrie to blow this one open. They lead by 3. Hyde comes set. The leg kick in the 3-2. Fouled at home plate. The fans very appreciative here of this at bat by Jeff Cowan.
There's a reason he's 2 hits away from 400. He doesn't cheat you on effort. He gives you a professional at bat every time he's up at the plate.
Regardless of the outcome, he's certainly wearing Andrew Hyde down. Still none out in this inning. 3-2 pitch on the way. Inside ball 4, and another run will cross home plate. Well, how about that? Cowan falling behind in the count, 0-2. Fouls off a bunch. I didn't keep track, but boy, that was a long at bat. McGarry Doyle crosses, and the bases remain loaded with nobody out. I see you've got the list there. How many foul balls?
That was 13 pitches. If I'm counting foul balls, that would be 6.
A 13 pitch at bat for Jeff Cowan. You think he's played this game a while?
You look at a lot of the traits from the Baycats. Ryan Spataro no longer in the Baycats lineup with his arm and speed. And Glenn Jackson with his speed. Jeff Cowan is his professional at-bat. That was vintage. Jeff Cowan.
Jake McDonald, the catcher, to the plate now. And the count is 1-1.
I think Jake McDonald likes being on deck, seeing all those pitches from Andrew Hyde.
Yeah. Well, McDonald looking for just his second hit as a Baycat. Certainly a prime opportunity here with the bases loaded. Nobody out. Pitch to McDonald. Fouls it off 1-2. This inning started on a single by Noel McGarry Doyle and a stolen base. Feels like that was an eternity ago. Start this bottom of the 6th. He's got the lone run of this 6th inning so far. Rio is at 3rd. Lacasse is at 2nd. Cowan is at 1st. McDonald at the plate. Waggles the bat. Now steps out. After Andrew Hyde, these are the outs you need to get here in the bottom of the order. McDonald, Burns on deck, and then Infante. Swung on, fouled back to the screen, and the count holds at 1-2.
There's no action again in that Maple Leafs bullpen.
Jake McDonald 1 for 3 tonight. Down the line and foul.
That was pitch number 42 for Andrew Hyde. He has just gotten 3 outs in this ball game.
If I said Jake McDonald has just 1 hit, I should say 2, because that was 1 hit coming into tonight. So 2 hits now. This is his 6th game with the Baycats.
Looking for his 3rd and biggest hit as a Baycat.
It certainly would be. 1-2 pitch on the ground to 3rd. They're going to go home with the throw, and it gets past the catcher. And that should score 2, and it does. Still nobody out. Runners on the corners.
Given his performance at 3rd base tonight, you don't want to be harsh, but just the reality. Jonathan Solazzo has no business playing 3rd base. You can almost see that play was going to happen. He's played 3rd base for years for the Maple Leafs. He always leads the league in errors. You have to make that play at this level. You have to.
Well, an interesting decision to come to home plate in a 7-4 ball game instead of trying to turn the double play perhaps, or just getting to 3rd base for the sure out there. Instead, he elects to go after the lead runner, and it totally backfires.
I think the decision was right, especially with Ryan Rio being the guy coming home. That's not exactly Drake Wilson coming home with his speed. You just have to make that throw. Murray was ready for it, so Lazo wasn't even close. It was a bad throw.
So it's E5, Rio and Lacasse both score.
McDonald was running on the play.
Cowan goes to 3rd, so runners on the corners here, still nobody out. Barrie has blown this one up to a 10-4 lead now.
Nice and safe, right, Ben?
Well, funny you should mention. Pitch is low and away from Andrew Hyde to Carson Burns, the shortstop. hit and 3 walks in the inning. Runner goes, and that one is hit to right field, and it drops. Jeff Cowan will score. Runner goes to third. It's an 11-4 Barrie lead on an RBI single by Carson Burns.
That might just end Andrew Hyde's night, and that sure looks to be the case. He threw a bunch of pitches and only was able to get 3 outs in this ballgame.
Damon Topley out to the mound, and we'll see. There has been some action in the Maple Leaf bullpen. Still nobody out in this bottom of the 6th. The number 9 hitter, Brent Fianfonte, is on deck. And no, they're going to leave him in. The right-hander on deck. So it'll be Infante to hit against Andrew Hyde with nobody out and runners on the corners here in this bottom of the 6th inning.
That's simply, I guess, was just to give him a break, because right now he's thrown a bunch of pitches this inning, hasn't gotten it out, has come close, and he should have had it out, if not 2, on the Irvine Lazo, as he now faces Brent Fianfonte.
First pitch, and it's in the dirt and blocked. Ball 1. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Pitch from Hyde on the ground, foul over to the on-deck circle, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Jeff Liddell warming up in that Maple Leafs bullpen.
Andrew Hyde on in relief of starter Sebastian Kahn. Right-hander comes set, 1-1. Got that one over for a strike, it's 1-2. 4 runs have crossed home plate for Barrie in this bottom of the 6th. On the ground, skips up to second. They go to short for 1, on to first, and a big double play for the Maple Leafs. That will erase all base runners. Jake McDonald will cross the plate with the game's 12th run for the Baycats.
Baycats are now 1 batter away from batting through the lineup for the 2nd time in this ballgame.
Jake Wilson to the plate now with 2 away. And the first offering is high, ball 1.
The center fielder, number 15, Jake Wilson.
And a called strike, 1-1 to Jake Wilson. He's reached base twice tonight and has scored twice. A couple of flyouts. A 1-for-3 evening here tonight. (12-4) Baycats. Bottom of the 6th inning. Right-hander Andrew Hyde. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Comes set. Here's the pitch. High, and the count is even 2-2. Baycats batted around in the 3rd. This is the 8th hitter to bat here in this 6th inning. 2-2, and that misses, and the count is full.
Pitch number 57 for Andrew Hyde, who has just gotten out 5 Baycat batters.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The pitch fouled away.
His issue is he's not fooling anyone, right? He has no ability to get an out pitch and strike someone out, and that's really causing him issues right now. Multiple long counts for the Baycats.
Got to be getting awfully close to Sebastian Kahn with his pitch count earlier. 3-2 on the way from Hyde. Ball 4, and the inning continues. 4th walk of the inning for Andrew Hyde.
the right fielder number 14, David LeBlanc.
And that's what makes it so painful if you're the Maple Leafs manager, Damien Topley. It's not the hits, it's not the runs, it's how it's happening. It's just so dreadful when your pitcher can't throw a strike out of the bullpen.
Well, he finally got the bases cleared on that 4-6-3 double play, and now another walk and another base runner. Number 9 hitter. 2-hopper to second. That should do it for the inning. And over to first. To Maine to Castaldo. But the Baycats score 5 in the bottom of the 6th. We go to the 7th. It's Barrie 12, Toronto 4. You're watching Baycats TV.
For Barrie, 6, 5 runs on 2 hits, with 1 Toronto error, with 1 runner left on base. As inning number 7 is sponsored by Village Throne Barber Lounge. Experience the tradition of quality service in a relaxed environment. Three funny gentlemen in the heart of Barrie. Vintage Throne Barber Lounge.
Hey fans, don't forget to subscribe to our weekly newsletter where promotion discounts to our online shop can be found. Head on over to barriebaycats.com for more information.
As we change to the Baycats and the pitch number 51, Lucas Earl.
Top of the 7th we go here at Coates Stadium. It's a 12-4 Baycats lead with Ryan Eakin. I'm Ben Davy, and Lucas the Duke Earl is on to pitch for the
You have the
Baycats.
7th for the Maple Leafs, the left fielder number 3, Garrett Takamatsu.
As the left-hander will face Garrett Takamatsu. Toronto down by 8 here in this 7th inning. 5-run Barrie 6, putting them comfortably on top here tonight.
And that's exactly what you want. The Maple Leafs put up a couple of runs in the top of the 6th inning. What do the Maple Leafs offense want? They want their pitching staff to shut down the Baycats in the bottom of the 6th inning, get back at the at-bats and get back into it. It's not the case. It didn't happen. That's crushing for the Maple Leafs.
These teams learned at Christie Pitts last week that if you're comfortably ahead, you never give up, and if you're behind, you're never out of it. Anytime these teams face off. Earl's pitch is foul over to the Baycat dugout, and it's well out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'd have to look to see how many games the Maple Leafs have played this season in which they've at some point been losing. It almost seems like even in all their comeback wins, or exactly that, comeback wins, they don't seem to get off to an 8-0 start and everything's fine moving forward. It always seems like they're coming back, including last night when they were down 3-0 after the top of the 1st inning in the pits.
1 ball and 2 strikes here to Garrett Takamatsu. Takamatsu moving over from right field to left field. Hitting in the cleanup spot tonight. 7th inning for Vintage Throne Barber Lounge. Experience the tradition of quality service in a relaxed environment, redefining gentlemen in the heart of Barrie. Foul back to the screen. It's still 1-2. The pitch from Earl, fouled again. And another 1-2 on the way. Reminder that we're back here at Coates Stadium Saturday night. It's a 7 p.m. start. Saturday games are at 7 here at Coates Stadium. And it'll be the Welland Jackfish making their first visit of the season. That broadcast will be available here on Baycats TV. And we hope you'll bookmark this page throughout the season to watch all home broadcasts. Baycats are also on the road twice this weekend. That one behind the Baycat dugout. Hamilton tomorrow night at 7:35, and then the weekend ends on Sunday afternoon at Kitchener at 2 p.m.
Jackfish in town on Saturday night, losing again, this time to the last place Brantford Red Sox, 7-2.
Welland 3-6 through 9 games early in this 2021 campaign. Pitch is high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Toronto comes into the game with a 5-4 record, tied with Hamilton. This one hit high and deep left field, and it is gone into the trees. A home run for Garrett Takamatsu.
He's been red hot to begin this season, the 2019 IVL Rookie of the Year. What a find for the Maple Leafs, the former OBJ, coming up with a home run in the left field to lead off this inning.
So 2 solo home runs for the Leafs tonight, one off the bat of Castaldo, and now one from Garrett Takamatsu. So the long ball accounting for 2 of the 5 runs. Barrie still up by 7.
The center fielder, number 24, Marcus Connect.
Now both those home runs with nobody on, so you're going to give up the long ball. Certainly want to keep the runners off the bases, and that's what the Baycats have done.
Absolutely, you can live with that. The Maple Leafs, not often are they going to beat you with solo home runs. Not often is any team going to beat you with solo home runs, especially if you have a 12th spot yourself.
So Marcus Connect, the center fielder, to the plate now. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Connect 1 for 6 with an RBI last night. Hits this one high and deep, right center field, and it's caught. A near collision there from David LeBlanc and Jake Wilson. But it's LeBlanc, or Wilson actually, making that grab. The outfielders crossed. And a long, deep fly ball went out in the inning.
What range by Jake Wilson. You could hear him call that ball off at the last second. Came a long way to make that catch, and Jake Wilson, a superstar out in the outfield for the Baycats.
The third baseman, number 17, John Salazzo.
Jonathan Salazzo, 1 for 3, has a strikeout. Bats with 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning. High pop-up, should stay in play. Flips the bat away in frustration. Calling for it is the second baseman, and Brantley Infante puts it away. So 2 quick outs by Lucas Earl after the leadoff home run by Garrett Takamatsu, and Dan Mara comes to the plate.
Both teams with 11 hits. The difference tonight's been the base on balls and the defensive mistakes by the Maple Leafs.
Shortstop takes strike 1. Breaking pitch, finds the corner, and a strike 2.
10 strikes, 2 balls for Earl coming out of the Baycats bullpen. That's exactly what Matt Will wants right now.
Popped up behind home plate, and it stays in play, and it's caught by catcher Jake McDonald, and that will do it for the Maple Leafs in the top of the 7th. But they score a run on the leadoff home run by Garrett Takamatsu. Still a 7-run Barrie lead. You're watching Baycats TV.
Here we go, everybody on their feet. 7th inning stretch. Sing along, everybody. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Pretend it's American Idol. Pete, they don't win, it's a shame. Let me hear you for it. 3 strikes, you're out at the Let's go, Baycats!
Picking up the second for the Baycats, the left fielder, number 95, Noel McGarry-Doyle.
Time for the bottom of the 7th inning here at Coates Stadium. Ryan Eakin with Ben Davy and a 12-5 Barrie lead as they look to snap their 4-game win streak. Certainly in good position so far. And the 7th inning is brought to you by Vintage Throne Barber Lounge. Experience the tradition of quality service in a relaxed environment, redefining gentlemen in the heart of Barrie.
It looks as though Damian Topley's entered the game at first base for the Maple Leafs, pushing Castaldo to third base, and Jonathan Lazo out of the ball game for the Maple Leafs.
Player manager, a la Pete Rose. Damon Topley, IBL veteran. So Castaldo from first to third, and this one is hit hard. And it is caught by a sliding Marcus Connect for the out. So Noel McGarry-Doyle retired for the first time tonight.
First baseman, number 27, Ryan Rio.
Ryan Rio has reached base all 4 times tonight. Scored 3 of Barrie's 12 runs. Boy, are they glad to have him back in the lineup.
What a difference he makes from the left side with that massive power. It's just not power, on base ability.
That one's hit foul and out of play, strike 1. Baycats with 11 hits tonight on their 12 runs. We mentioned really struggling in the last 3 games coming into tonight, but boy, the offense has exploded this evening.
If you're the Baycats after this game, you might be thinking, can we start spraying this out, maybe mix in a 5-run game, a 6-run game.
And it's picked up by the second baseman, and he does not get the throw off. Grant Tremaine, all kinds of trouble with that infield ground ball. Ryan Rio is aboard, and that is an infield hit. Rio aboard for the 5th time tonight. What a night for Ryan Rio.
With that play to me by Tremaine has to be made at second base. When you knock it down, you have to understand Ryan Rio is not fast at all coming out of the batter's box. Take your time, get set back up, and make an easy throw to first base. Oh, credit to Ryan Rio for hustling down the batter's box. He didn't slow down one bit.
The ground ball didn't have much on it, and Tremaine just unable to come up with it cleanly. Made a couple of attempts and never could come up with it in time to make a throw. Swing and a miss by Marcel Lacasse, who has reached base 3 times, once on an error. Then he scored 2 runs. Barrie looking to keep their foot on the gas here in this 12-5 lead at the bottom of the 7th inning. Andrew Hyde still out there in relief for Topley and the Maple Leafs. Had all kinds of trouble in that 6th inning, giving up 5 runs. Center field, Marcus Connect to his right, has it all the way, and there are 2 down. Jeff Cowan had one of the best at-bats we've seen all season. Walked to keep that 6th inning going.
Number 42, Jeff Cowan.
And he's back to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th. Righty-righty matchup here with 2 out and a runner aboard. Pitch from Hyde, high and tight. Well, he brushed Cowan off a couple of times in that at-bat we mentioned earlier.
That time with the fastball, last time at least a breaking pitch. If you're going to get hit, you don't want to be in a fastball.
Ball 2. Cowan, the DH tonight, hitting 6th in this order for Josh Matlow. 2-0, misses. 3 balls, no strikes. This would be 3 straight walks for Jeff Cowan. If Hyde misses again, he's behind here. 3 balls and no strikes to the DH. And that ball's inside. 4 straight balls and 3 straight walks for Jeff Cowan.
Defensive change for the Maple Leafs. Damon Toppoli enters the game playing first base. Will bat in the 6th position. Jordan Castaldo moves from first base to 3rd base. The catcher, number 26, Jake McDonald.
Jake McDonald with a hit tonight, 4 at-bats, and he scored a run. 2 outs, 2 on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Starts him off with a strike. Andrew Hyde in on in relief of Sebastian Kahn. Called strike. Twelve runs, 12 hits for the Baycats tonight. Looking to add 7-run lead here in the 7th. Here's the pitch. Pop up, foul, into the seats, and it's out of play.
Kid can't make the play down the first base line.
Looks like a right-hander working in the Toronto bullpen. Andrew Hyde looking to pitch out of another 2-out jam here. 2 aboard. 0-2 to McDonald. Here's the pitch. Just missed off the outside edge, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2 is a fly ball to right center field, and a diving play by Jeff McLeod, unable to come up with the ball. Another run will score. And that's an RBI base hit for Jake McDonald, 2nd hit of the night, and it plates Barrie's 13th run.
That was an awful route to the ball. It ends up being a base hit for McDonald, and he'll take any hit he can get right now.
Shortstop number 3, Carson Burns.
Jake McDonald with his first RBI as a member of the Baycats. And it brings Carson Burns, the shortstop, to the plate. 13-5 Barrie. Swings and misses at the first offering, strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And that ball low and in. Right-hander throwing in the Toronto bullpen, but they'd love to see Hyde work his way out of this bottom of the 7th. 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That does it for the Baycats, but they score a run in the bottom of the 7th. It's 13-5 Barrie after Inning here at Coates Stadium and a 13-5 Baycats lead. Ben Davy along with Ryan Eakin. Baycats 2 innings away from snapping their 4-game losing streak here tonight in front of a home crowd that has thoroughly enjoyed this game so far. Lots of excitement in this 8-run Baycat lead here tonight. Fouled off at home plate.
Jeff McLeod. He was drafted by the Maple Leafs in that draft for the Guelph Royal players. He's always been a great left-handed bat in this league. Played for Guelph, played for Kitchener in the past too. Now for the Maple Leafs here in 2021.
McLeod's first at bat of the night. He bats in the number 8 spot, playing in right field now. With Takamatsu moving from right to left, and a swing and a miss. Strike 2. McLeod going for the fences on that swing.
If you look at it, no team benefited more than the Maple Leafs when it comes to the Guelph not playing this season. Sean Riley, Jeff McLeod, and others. It's been a great fit for them to add to their lineup, to say the least.
Yeah, an unfortunate situation for the Royals and such a storied IBL franchise, but unable to get a team together this season. Has the IBL down to 7 teams in this 2021 campaign. Hopefully we get Guelph back for next year. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lucas Earl with the pitch. Hit him. Not what Earl wanted to do on a 2-2 count, but a runner aboard now in the top of the 8th inning, and it brings Grant Tamain to the plate.
Second baseman number 10, Grant Tamain.
First Toronto player to get hit tonight by a pitch. Tremaine tonight has reached base twice and has scored twice as a single and a walk to go with a ground out.
He began the season at the top of the Maple Leafs lineup, now in that 9-hole.
Fly ball to left center. Noel McGarry Doyle. An easy catch, 1 out in the inning.
Third baseman number 5, Jordan Castaldo.
Jordan Castaldo was honored here in front of the Barrie crowd, member of the 2019 championship team, longtime Baycat, and got a nice ovation as the Baycats honored him prior to tonight's game. Returning to the Toronto Maple Leafs, where it all started for him. First offering is high, ball 1.
Played for Oshawa for the first couple seasons. Oshawa folded. He had an opportunity to play wherever he wanted to. Originally turned down the Baycats, saying that he just wanted to play closer to home. Signed with the Maple Leafs, played a couple seasons with the Maple Leafs, and then it ended up being traded to the Baycats in one of the great trades in IBL history.
No question about that. Had some big moments on this field, both as a Baycat and as a Maple Leaf. 2-0 pitch. Inside. 3-0. Three balls, no strikes to Jordan Castaldo. Leafs have certainly had their chances tonight. 5 runs to show for their offensive efforts this evening, but in 5 of these 8 innings, they've managed to get their leadoff runner on base. Once or twice, actually, with a home run. There's a strike, 3-1 to Castaldo.
That was a bit high.
Lefty, lefty. Earl's 3-1. Back to the breaking pitch, and that misses. Ball 4. 2 on with 1 out now for the Maple Leafs.
Vintage night for Jordan Castaldo. 3 walks. He walks so often. And the one time he didn't walk, he hit an absolute bomb to right field. Only out once tonight. He's been on base 4 times.
Justin Mara, the catcher now, started the game off in left field. Shuffled around in some defensive changes a couple of innings ago, and a called strike to start him off 0-1. Called strike, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. fastball and a curve to go with the change. See what he comes at Mara with here on the 0-2 pitch. Hit hard to third and unable to come up with it is Rio. They throw down to second. They get the out there. So the force out at second puts runners at the corners now with 2 away.
Designated hitter number 33, Sean Riley.
Jeff McLeod goes to third. Castaldo erased at second, and Mara is aboard on the fielder's choice. Sean Riley now comes to the plate. Well, they've kept him pretty quiet tonight, Ryan. He's reached base on a walk and a single.
You'll take that. You'll take that, to say the least. If he doesn't hit one onto the highway, it's a good night against Sean Riley, excuse me.
Well, if there's one guy you wanted to pick out of this lineup to keep quiet, he would be a good one. Hit into a double play to negate any possible damage in the first inning. Fly ball ended that 6th inning as well. Toronto scoring 2 runs in that 6th inning, but Riley's fly ball ended that frame. We'll see what he can do here with 2 outs. Veteran DH batting with runners on the corners. Pitch from Earl. Blocked at home plate by McDonald. Maple Leafs down by 8, 4 outs to work with here.
It'll be an impressive out for Lucas Earl in this spot as a left-handed pitcher going up against the best right-handed batter in the league.
On the ground to third, and they go to second, and the ball gets through. Infante unable to come up with that. A Toronto run will score. Runners at the corners now.
I guess you give that an E5. I think that's a play you have to make, even though it was on a hop. But either way, the inning continues for the Maple Leafs.
So 13-6 the score now. And here's Garrett Takamatsu to bat now with 2 away. Pitch is high and in, ball 1.
Let's finish him off here. Come on, Barry. Let's do it, buddy.
Down the left field line, just foul. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Takamatsu's had some decent swings tonight. He hit a home run last time. Potential ball down the line on that play, but just foul.
Takamatsu hit a leadoff homer in the top of the 7th inning. The last leafed across home plate prior to this 8th inning. Inside for a ball, 2-1.
No action in that Baycats bullpen.
Let's do it, buddy. You can do it. He's yours. No problem. No problem. Let's do it, 51.
2-1 and a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes now from Lucas Earl. We're at the top of the 8th inning. 13-6 for Barrie. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Lucas Earl looking to finish it off here. Crowd behind him. He comes set. Here's the pitch. On the ground, over the mound. Shortstop goes to second for the force. And that does it for Toronto in the top of the 8th inning. Baycats lead by 7. We go to the bottom of the 8th. You're watching Baycats TV.
First round on the 8th, 1 run and no hit, 1 Barrie error, 2 runners left on base.
Hey, Baycats fans, we sure hope you continue to be social media savvy and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Barrie Baycats. Take some fun, cool photos of your favorite Baycats players throughout the season and tag us on social media. We will be sure to share it on ours as well. We have details on giveaways, the gift shop, and more at Barrie Baycats on Instagram and Twitter. Join the fun.
Here we go, bottom of the 8th inning at Coach Stadium. The Baycats enjoying a 7-run lead over the Toronto Maple Leafs, looking to make it a 2-0 start to the season against their Highway 400 rivals. Brad Fanfatti, the number 9 hitter, will start it off here on the bottom of the 8th against Andrew Hyde, who is out here to work the 8th inning. I didn't think he'd survive the 6th, but he did. Allowed 5 runs in that 6th and a run in the 7th, but he'll stay out here, and that one caught a piece of Infante, and he's gonna head down to first base with a bruise probably tomorrow morning.
Andrew Hyde has had control issues all night.
Jake Wilson.
Number 9 hitter aboard, and it's back to the top of the lineup now for Jake Wilson, David LeBlanc, Noel McGarry Doyle. Baycats would love to add to this 13-6 lead here in the 8th inning.
John, I think if you add a couple of runs this inning, that might do it. I'm not going to have an announcer who's jinxed this season, but you got to be confident that the Baycats can close this one in.
Well, they almost blew a 15-run lead last week, held on by a run. That's a distant memory now, though. A 7-run lead here at home in the bottom of the 8th inning.
I'd take a 7-run lead at this ballpark instead of a 15-run lead at Christie Pitts.
Well, you got to remember these fences here at Coates Stadium aren't quite as generous as the Christie Pitts dimensions.
It's a great observation. But it's just not the dimensions at Christie Pitts. It's the infield is not of high quality, so
Yeah.
a lot of bounces. You can make for a lot of interesting games at Christie Pitts.
Well, the dirt is completely different, almost more of a gravel-like substance.
I was going to use the word gravel, but hey,
Yeah.
you did.
I don't know officially what it would be called, but it's not the same as the dirt here.
Absolutely not.
It's fun watching games at Christie Pitts, especially if you're just hanging out at the park for the afternoon, and you know a lot of balls are going to go over that outfield wall.
At worst, it's free, so.
Interesting thing is, you always see a lot of people, picnic blankets and dogs and, you know, kids running around. And a lot of them aren't even there for the ball game. They're just there for a nice Sunday afternoon, and the ball game happens to be a part of the experience. So, you know, it's a much different vibe than, you know, your traditional IBL ballpark.
And that's what makes the league so great. I think you have the great history of Labatt Park in London. You have a great modern ballpark here at Coates Stadium and in Welland with Welland Stadium. And then you have Christie Pitch, which, as you described, is a creature of its own.
I would definitely recommend it for any IBL fan that's never gone. This one hit to center field. It's a base hit, and it'll score at least one more. Brant Infante crosses home plate. 14-6 Baycats.
LeBlanc with his second hit of the ball game.
Jake Wilson goes to third. Noel McGarry Doyle comes to the plate. Still nobody out here in this 8th inning.
Left fielder number 95, Noel McGarry Doyle.
And if you do go to Christie Pitts, bring a lawn chair or a blanket to sit on. That's what most of the fans do. Extremely limited seating, but a great experience. Take the Bloor Street subway if you can. Not a lot of parking, but easy to get to from that Christie Street stop.
Right down the street.
Fouled over the screen, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Noel McGarry Doyle. He's reached 4 times, 5 plate appearances, 3 runs. Solid night at the plate for the Baycat left fielder. 1-1. Sky to left field. That's Takamatsu going back, and he makes the catch. Runner will tag. Wilson with a... Oh, it dropped. I thought he had that all the way. I couldn't quite see all the way back there, but ball drops.
Some issues for the Maple Leafs in left field tonight, whether it's Mara, now Takamatsu. The defensive nightmares continue for the Maple Leafs this season.
Well, I'm interested in watching that one again because I was sure he had that all the way. I don't know how that dropped. It is an error, E7.
First baseman number 27, Ryan Rio.
And the Baycats just keep piling it on here. To second base. They get the out. Another run in. David LeBlanc crosses home plate, and it's 16-6. McGarry Doyle goes to third. Still just 1 out in this 8th inning.
If you're Davy and Topley, you have to be happy with what Andrew Hyde's giving you at this point because he's simply giving you outs. You're 2 outs away from getting through this ball game, and he's saving that bullpen. And at this point, I guess that's all you can ask from him.
The third baseman number 13, Marcel Lacasse.
Highest run total for the Baycats at this park this season by far. We're comparing the 2 ballparks. I mean, 16 runs here is what, 25 at Christie Pitts? Or
And that ball by McGarry Doyle might have been a home run. In fact, it would have been a home run to left field. So a lot more interest in the Baycats and manufactured runs tonight, not just getting it done with the long ball.
Yeah, you make a great point there. Swung on a missed, strike 2.
That Castaldo home run earlier in the ball game would have been a moonshot in Christie Pitts. In this ballpark, LeBlanc thought he had a play on it.
Swung on a missed, strike 3, so 2 down in the inning for Andrew Hyde and the Maple Leafs.
Uptown won't be getting 400 hits tonight, but he get to 399 to set himself up on Saturday to be 1 hit away from 400.
Well, it'll be nice to see him get it here at home. We'll see. He hits this one high, and it'll stay in play. The first baseman, Damon Topley, can't get there in time. And where's everybody going?
I think there was a shot of lightning which will end this.
Nope, there's
just rain.
2 outs in the inning. Everybody's scattering here. We're under an overhang, so we're okay.
Oh, it's great for us.
Players will continue. I had to do a double take. We're still in the 8th inning with 2 outs. It's not over yet, folks.
Don't tell people that.
Couple of umbrellas out, but other than that, it doesn't seem like the fans came prepared tonight. I think I see 2 umbrellas in the
It
crowd.
might just be a minor rain shower. We can take a look at the radar map and see what's up.
Well, as we mentioned, we had a lot of rain this morning, but it cleared up nicely, and I think that might have had the fans thinking, yeah, we're good for a nice dry night. This one hit high to center, and it's caught by the center fielder Marcus Connect, and that will do it for Barrie. But they score 3 more runs, make it 16-6 Baycats as we go to the top of the 9th here at Coates Stadium.
Barrie 8, 3 runs on 1 hit, 1 thrown error, 1 runner left on base.
Well, eight innings are in the books here at Coates Stadium, and the players are off the field, the fans are headed to their cars, and a torrential downpour here just kind of came out of nowhere, Ryan. We had a nice dry evening, and now quite a bit of rain has hit us here in Midhurst.
Yeah, I think this will be all she wrote for this one. Play is emptied out. I know this game's not going to be close. No, there's going to be no comeback in this one. I think this might be all she wrote tonight.
Well, no official word yet, so we'll keep it here, but a 10-run lead for the Baycats. And this rain is just way, way, way too steady to play in. And everybody getting wet, including us a little bit upstairs here. So keep an eye on this one for you, and we'll let you know what happens. 8 innings in the books here at Coates Stadium. It is the Baycats 16, the Maple Leafs 6.
Barrie Baycats, 16 runs on 14 hits, committed 1 error, stranded 11 runners. For the Toronto Maple Leafs, 6 runs on the 11 hits, committed 4 errors, stranded 10 runners. Winning pitcher, Marshall Leishman. Losing pitcher, Sebastian Kahn. Don't forget the Baycats are back here Saturday night, 7 o'clock versus the Welland Jackfish. Maple Leafs and Baycats, thank you for attending tonight's game, and please drive safely.